Lifters have 60 seconds once the bar is loaded to get set up, get under the bar, and receive the command to begin the lift. During the squat, lifters need to start with their knees locked and listen for a squat command before beginning the squat. Any movement or wiggling around to get in position is totally acceptable until they receive that squat command. Once they receive the command, they need to descend until the top surface of their legs at the hip is lower than the top of the knees. After that, the rest is simple. Simply stand up with the weight to completion, making sure the knees are locked and you're motionless before receiving the rack command. There are a few common causes for a missed lift. One of the most common is that the lifter didn't squat deep enough. This is a red card. Or they started or finished the squat but their knees were still bent. This is a blue card. The other blue card is for beginning the ascent and double bouncing or descending a second time before completing the lift. Everything else is a yellow card, including losing balance and taking a step, racking the bar too early before receiving the rack command, or beginning the squat too early, or intentionally using their elbows to leverage off their legs. Now you know the rules of the squat.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the afternoon session of the 2024 USAPL Ivy League Cup. I'm Mitch. I'm still here, but now I'm joined by Alex on my side.
Hello, everyone. I have stepped out of the referee seat, and now I'm in the yapper seat.
Oh, yeah. And we've moved Jordan from the yapper seat into the referee seat.
Jordan and I swap spots. 3 white lights for Donnie on his first squat. The first squat of the afternoon session, starting things off strong.
That was actually a little refreshing to have a session turnaround that fast. What do you think about that?
Say that one more time, Mitch.
It was a little refreshing to have a session turnaround that fast.
It was. I like it, but I feel like I'm curious to see how everything goes.
Yeah. You like that fade?
That looks like a really nice deep squat from here.
Yep. 3 white lights. It's funny because who's that? He had the nice like Emerald A7 kit, which is clearly like a new singlet. Like he's in touch with like powerlifting brands.
Oh yeah,
but still no knee sleeves, no wrist strap, no belt.
the lifters out here who are lifting, for me, the one that like absolutely gets me is the no knee sleeves because
that's the biggest one.
I have aged. I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe it's just I've been lifting for 6 years thing. Maybe it's who knows what. Maybe I just don't have the best joints. But like after I get past that first one red plate warm up, those knee sleeves are on, even if it's just in case.
Is that your limit? One
That's my limit. Yep. That looks like a really nice squat.
Yeah, that's a perfect opener there from Derek. 3 wide lights. Vijay Jagarapu.
Hold on, I'm going to maneuver some stuff around in my little station.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's a good idea. VJ from Cornell.
All right, I think I'm all maneuvered.
Good.
That was a nice deep squat.
Nice deep squat. Looks like a tall lifter from here.
Oh, yes. Definitely looks tall.
Was he an 82? Man, he's really tall to be an 82. Harvard. Who's what?
We have Diego coming up next.
Diego from Harvard.
Jan, would you like to join us?
Because
There
hey,
you are.
There he is.
I'm here.
We've got the king of Yap, Jan, joining us.
The king.
I didn't talk a lot. I was
Ooh, I'm
taking it
curious
in.
what the refs are going to say about that squat depth for Diego.
Well, his foot moved on the way up anyway, so he's getting around.
Yellow card.
I always feel bad for the foot movement. There was somebody
Yeah.
in that first session
Yes.
who they got the squat command and then they did that little shift with their foot, and I was like, oh,
Is that like if you shift your foot after the squat command?
that was an immediate yellow card.
wow.
Yeah, if you move your foot anytime after squat command, you're done.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I just elbowed Jan.
I didn't
Here
know.
He's tough. He can handle it.
Dylan coming up
I
next.
think I got a bruise on my elbow now.
You're fine, Jan. It's all right.
I don't think I can load
strong,
the
but I'm
truck
not
later.
that
I was about to say. That was lovely technique.
That was a beautiful opener for Dylan.
From UPenn. Dylan from University of
UPenn.
Pennsylvania.
Up next, we have Joseph.
Forzani, Joseph.
He's opening with 152.5 kilos. That's what, like
We have a
3?
Joey fan in the chat.
Do we? Oh, wait, where?
Oh, third comment? Or Joey. Does it say that right above the message? Joey Francino better.
That was there, actually, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's been there. By the
Yeah.
way, if you're watching along and you want to drop a
Shout
shout
out.
out in the chat or anything like that, please do so.
Mike's not agreeing with my choice of music.
I
Yes.
like it.
As long as it's not anything super crazy slow.
Oh, no, it's all hip-hop.
Yeah. Nah, I think
Change
you
it
did a
up a
good
little.
job today. Wow, that was deep.
Wow, and that was
And it was fast.
Fast
Snappy,
squat.
you call it snappy.
And 3 white lights.
Yep.
Sean
Yeah,
Park
you're the
coming up
middle one.
next. 162
I know.
and a half.
I thought I had to give a little burp, and I didn't want to do that into the
We do that in
microphone,
the
but
air.
then
It's all
it,
good. We're not.
we-
We're
Then
not
it went
breaking.
away.
During deadlifts, Jordan and I were just absolutely mowing chicken tenders on the mic.
That's, you know what you got to do sometimes. If you need a little
First
snacky, you need a little snacky.
It's going to be another session like it was this morning, so we're going to get a little punchy because it's going to be a very long day. It's another 4 hours.
Hey, that's all right. We've
We
all
do it for the love of the game, Jan.
We do.
Yep. So when I posted the picture that Kevin made last night at like 3:30 this morning, and the gentleman that's running USAPL China,
Nice.
or I think it's called CHN or whatever it is, Fang, he said beautiful, like the picture is beautiful. I'm like, it's a labor of love, man. That's the only reason why I do it.
That's why.
Are you referring to the picture of the venue you sent out in the Discord? Or are you talking
No,
about
the picture of the platform that Kevin took last night after
Yeah.
we were setting up.
Wait, so the one that had the did it have the roof in it?
No, the straight-on shot of the
Gotcha.
platform.
You mean
with
the
backdrop.
ceiling?
Did I say roof?
On the inside, we call it the ceiling.
The roof's on the outside.
My bad.
All right, we have a beautiful looking squat from here.
Wow.
That was fast too. Very narrow too. I'm always
Oh, really? It looked
Did he
kinda
move?
I'm.
from the front? He got
It's
yellow
that,
card.
moved
or
his
I
feet?
wonder if he jumped a command. Maybe
Oh yeah, that's maybe that's why I look fast because you jumped the rack command.
it could have been that.
Oh,
As I was
yeah,
about to say, we had
maybe.
quite a few jumped commands this morning.
Yeah. All right, who we got here? Justice
Starks. Opening with 207.5.
Yeah, we got some big squats coming up.
Oh, I'm excited.
Definitely got some
Love
big squats
squats.
coming up.
Squats might not love me, but I do love squats.
And it's a tall boy.
Yeah, he looks pretty tall.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see what the refs have to say on that.
Tough opener, but
Definitely a rough opener.
good.
Good
white
lights.
But he's got 3 white lights.
Good.
Yeah, you just look on his face afterwards. You're like, oh, that's a little heavy. A little heavier than I thought. He
That's
did.
all right.
Then jump tiny. Don't go huge.
Yeah.
2.5er. That might be
Yeah.
the 2.5er. Squats. I mean, that was kind of a grind.
We did have a really quick turnaround to get this second session rolling.
I
But
think it was a good idea, though, considering
Oh, yeah.
how long it's taken.
if we waited till 2, we'd be here till 7 to finish, and then till 9:30ish, 10 to get out of here.
Oof.
Yeah. Actually, it probably won't take that long. We got a lot of people here, so
Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful opener there.
That was a really nice looking
Dominic
opener.
Nguyen. 3 white lights. Sydney Weaver the third. 212 for there.
Lots of 82.5 kilo lifters in this.
I think
oh, there's a
this whole-
ton.
I think this whole flight might be 82.5.
Oh, actually, this flight is 82. Next flight is 90, and then the last flight is 100 and above.
I was about to say, is like 82.5 and 90 like really populated weight classes for the men?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, thinking of like college kids, like that's
Yeah, that's-
probably they're all a full-grown college kid is probably weighing somewhere between like
Yeah.
175 to.
I mean, I'm as a
wide range.
as a 100 kilo lifter myself, there are usually not too many other 100 kilo lifters in the ladies classes.
I got Jordan was telling me about something Jones, the other one who left USAPL, who's the 100-kilo lifter. Brittany Jones?
Alexis Jones?
Alexis Jones.
I think she's a 100 plus.
Well, she is.
Yeah.
But you used to be in 100 plus.
I
correct?
did. I used to be 100 plus. Hopefully, if I can keep my
You're-
act together
you're
for the
a
next 2 weeks, I'll be able to officially reintroduce myself as a sub 100 kilo lifter at the Sincere Meet on November 23rd. Nathaniel's coming in with 217.5. Now, I've noticed, Jan, I think this is a question for you. I've noticed a handful of our lifters are listed as guest. Does that mean they did not make weight?
There was one person who didn't make weight in this weight class, and there was also somebody. Once you are over the age of 26 in collegiate sports, you can still compete in this meet. You can't go to collegiate nationals, but as long as you're an active collegiate athlete, will allow you to compete at the Collegiate Cup Series.
There you go. Okay, I was because I was curious if this was that kind of meet where you had to, like, let's say you weighed in above by like 0.5 kilos, you just competed in the weight class above, or
so because this points. So we actually have scoring. We have a scoring roster for each team.
Very cool.
Essentially, what that means is that everybody has to stick with a weight class, and we closed out weight class changes 2 weeks ago. If they came in and they missed weight, they were automatically made a guest lifter, so that our scoring system didn't pick them up and it didn't give them points that they didn't deserve.
There you go. The more you know, friends. 107.5 as a second attempt here. That's 237 pounds.
How's this one?
That's the new one that you said you didn't like, that you opened, took a sip, poured it down the drain, and opened up the white one.
That's pure trash. Monster, do better.
The Guava Vice Monster Zero you're speaking of.
Jan is very particular about his Monster.
I am.
I mean, white Monster is like almost water.
It's a goat, man.
Serious.
I mean, I give you guys a lot of credit for continuing to drink Monster because it very, very honestly does not have enough caffeine in it per can for me.
I've just never been a caffeine junkie. No.
I absolutely am a caffeine junkie. If it doesn't have at least 200 milligrams of caffeine in a serving, I have zero interest in it.
Really?
Oh, really, really?
I can't go over, I have trouble drinking something with 200.
Oh, no.
I had a Monster this morning. I'm, nursing this Diet Coke, and I won't touch anything for the rest of the day.
I've had 2 Celsius and an Alani, and today? I will be... Oh, yeah, today.
That's like 600 grams, no?
Yeah, that's fine. That's normal. That's actually pretty part of the course for me.
Good for you.
Typically, when I go to the gym, I'll actually
I don't know if good for me is the correct response to that one, Mitch.
Well,
I'll
I'm not
take
trying to
6.
shame your habits, you know? Chalk.
Valid.
There is a bucket over there.
Ooh, he fought for that second attempt, but he got it. Let's see what the referees have to say.
He started squatting and then stopped and locked his knees and then got the squat command and then started. So I want to know.
Oh, I bet you there's going to be a.
That's
See, I missed the start. I just watched the grind.
Started, realized he stood back up,
that's-
waited, got the command, and then did it.
We have Derek coming up next, 150 kilos for his second attempt.
See, hey. So as I was saying before, I was really interrupted by Kevin. Before I go to the gym, typically I'll take 6 100 milligram capsules of caffeine.
What, Jan? Wow, I think my heart just gave a little heart palpitation, Jan. Ooh.
I don't know. I just stopped. I mean, I used to be a pre-workout guy. But
I can't do that.
No, I don't do
You
pre-workout
just
either.
do 6 capsules of.
Yeah, but I don't get that niacin tingly feeling that you normally get from
Beta-alanine.
pre, or beta-alanine, whatever it is. And honestly, I would just rather feel that heartbeat kick up, start to sweat, and keep moving.
There you go.
I don't have a hard crash, so.
Here's Diego with 152.5 kilos for his second attempt. Ooh, now that looked a little bit high from here. I'm going to be totally honest, everyone.
Let's see. Yep. Good call.
It's always a tough rock and hard place position if you miss depth. If you miss depth, to either stay at that weight and just make sure you sink it, or to know you'll get it the next time and go up. I do hope Diego gets that third. We did have a couple bomb outs this morning.
He needs his third.
Alex, how many? I'm not saying this obviously in a shading way. I know you used to struggle with hitting depth.
Oh yeah.
How many times have you actually ever missed it in comp? And
how
did you continue
I have
on
done
from that
a total of 5 powerlifting meets.
Yep.
And there is one single lift that I have never missed a lift in before.
So you've never missed?
And that's squats.
Oh.
I have never missed a squat. I've missed plenty of benches. I have missed a couple deadlifts, but I've never missed a squat in competition. And I used to struggle hard. I have like the vivid memory. So Jordan Crandall, who's out there, head ref right now, is my lifting coach. And when I started working with him, he would be like, your depth's kind of close, but you should be. And he was always very honest about depth.
Yeah.
And after having a vaguely near-death experience at States in March, I almost tipped forward with 205 kilos on my back. And yet, somehow, that was the squat that I got 3 white lights on.
Doesn't sound like a good time.
It was not a good time. I tossed my lifters. I'm lifting in Converse now. I'm hitting depth way better than I think I ever have
you hit
as a power lifter.
Very clear depth these days.
Like, I can feel the gust of air from the floor on my booty when I squat now.
Mm-hmm.
That's how deep I'm getting. That's not actually quite accurate, but sometimes it's just, I think one of the best things that I did was I ditched my lifters, jumped back to squatting in flats. It's really helped me feel grounded, get back to that center midfoot, and that has helped me with squat depth quite a bit.
What it'll do too is if you get rid of the wedge, it won't push your knees as far forward.
Yes.
So like you said, your knees, when you have a pair of ollies on, you're going to actually wind up going over your toes a little bit more.
Yes. Sean's coming up next with 175 kilos.
Everyone's on score? No. Only a part.
All right, who we got? Sean Park here.
175 kilos. I'm pretty sure this is 385 pounds. I have LiftingCast right up in front of me. It is 385, almost 386.
And the only reason I asked that, Alex, because I know we talked that you used to have struggles with depth, so I'd wonder from a lifter's point of view how you would approach missing an attempt on depth.
I think
it's easy from us to say here in the chair, from the commentary booth.
I will say
retake that and sink it, but those guys out there lifting have their own, goals and their things that they are trying to do.
So because I'm thinking back, when I did do States in March, I had, and it was the same ref, my first and second attempt, I had a red light for depth.
On one side.
Yeah. And I remember going up for my third attempt, and I remember Jordan just looking at me and going, you have to sink this to get the 3 white lights. He's like, because you're getting called on that one side. And he's like, it's not a hip shift. You have to make sure you really sit. And he said, sit deeper than where you feel. When you feel like it's depth, sit a little bit deeper. And that's exactly what I did.
Yep. Did you hit it? Right.
And I did. I got 3. I did. I almost tipped forward.
But you didn't?
But it was a shoes thing. I think it was because exactly what Jan was talking about before with the elevated heel. Mm-hmm. I'll make this statement too in terms of my squat depth. A sort of quiet piece that I think has really, truly helped me feel depth better in my squat is that I lifted at States at, I believe, like 113.5 kilo body weight. And I've been consistently lifting between like 100 and 101 kilo body weight for the past couple weeks in particular. And I think that like 12 to 13 kilo weight loss has helped my squat depth as well.
That was better than his opener.
That was definitely better than his opener.
There you go.
All right, so we have Sydney coming up next. It looks like Sydney missed his opener.
Sydney missed his opener, went up 10 kilos.
Hello.
So I'm curious, Jan, do you remember why Sydney missed his opener?
When he walks out, I'll probably be able to tell you.
I was about to say, yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, this is depth. He missed that.
He missed it. Okay. So now I think I think it's a very bold choice.
If you click on his name right there.
Oh, but that's a lot of work, Jan.
Okay. I mean, we make the tools.
I know. I'm being a nudge.
A nudge.
I'm always a nudge. It's what I was born. It's because I'm a Leo. I was born to be a nudge.
Not to mention his rack height seems a little high or low. Let's see. Zoom and fade. Love it.
Yeah, that is a huge addition.
That
Okay,
Ooh,
knee cave a little.
that looked deeper though.
His knee
It did,
cave,
but I
though.
don't. From here, I don't know if that's going to be depth.
Granted, we are across the room.
I'm looking at the screen.
Everybody. Oh,
Oh, he
Two to
gets
one,
it.
he gets
Awesome.
it.
We love that.
so
He did get a
because-
depth call, though.
He did, because if you watched it, his left knee kind of went in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guarantee you that shifted his hips a little bit and made him not look low enough.
That hip shift will get you.
For reals.
All right, here comes Dominic taking the coveted 501. 227.5 is like one of those big milestone kilos.
It looks so
that's
nice
the
on
500 pound.
Looks so nice on the bar too.
Oh yeah,
Like four
Yep.
reds.
a
It
little
does have a little
silver
chippy
chip
there.
with the collar.
Yep.
But I think the chip accentuates the collar nicely.
I would agree with that actually.
Ooh, let's
That looked
see what the
good.
rest have to say. That kind of looks like, I wonder if the bar was slipping down his back a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, 3 white
White
lights.
lights.
Wow.
We love
Good.
that for him.
Good.
That's, again, it's one of the tough parts about sitting in the ref chair that I always feel a little bit badly about is it's tough to give that red light because all of the refs, everyone here wants to see every single one of these lifters this morning and this afternoon walk away with 3 white lights for every lift, 9 for 9, 27 for 27, PRs across the board, a few records even here and there. So it's always tough to make that call. But the other side of the coin too is that a lot of these lifters here today they have collegiate nationals on the mind for an end goal. Oh, I know. That was a speedy second
He
attempt.
jumped 12.5 kilos. That was a quick 3 lights. 3 white
yeah.
lights. That's a good lift.
So we want to make sure that we're doing justice by these guys lifting today, that they know when they do go to collegiate nationals, they are getting the same ref experience here that they will get at collegiate nationals. Attempts already. Dang.
Mitch is dialed in down there.
I like that I've gotten this little task now that I'm like I can change the camera angle
So
here
I'm
and
gonna
there.
That's exciting.
mix it up
adds
for
a
you
nice layer into it.
at the next event, and I can't
It's
take
only
you-
a couple drops. I'm sorry, friends.
can't
I'm
take
sorry.
you anywhere.
Use the parking passes. No, I'm just joking. You want me to go again? I got it. You got
Are
it?
you sure? Thank you. I'm sorry, Jan. I am a mess. I apologize. I spilled some of the not so beloved monster reaching for one of my tater tots.
Oh, were you? Is that what happened? You're
That's what
reaching for
happened.
the top?
I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to grab a tater tot.
Napoleon.
Because I will say, I've had like, I love that movie.
I already said it earlier, so if anybody's been watching the entire stream, I already made this joke before. But at work, on Halloween, I wore a Pikachu onesie to work. And then nobody else was dressed in their Halloween costumes. So I took it off halfway through the day.
Nobody else wore their costume?
And I was just wearing a white shirt, and I wear blue light glasses when I'm working. And a guy came up to me, and he looked me up and down, and he goes, Napoleon Dynamite? Because it was
That would have been a
Halloween.
great
He
costume.
thought I was dressed up as Napoleon Dynamite. It was just me in a white shirt. That was it.
I would love to promise that I won't do that again, Jan, but I know myself well enough to know that there's a very realistic possibility it'll happen again.
All
At least the
BJ
table's
coming
clean
back
now.
out, and he is retaking his second attempt that he missed on commands.
Yes. Which again, I think for
Gets a squat command, goes down, very deep.
I
Fights it
do
up.
remember him fighting for it the last time. Let's see if he caught that rack command. I couldn't quite hear from here.
Looked like
Ooh.
no, what? Did they call him on
So
deck?
he must. But here's something. Right?
No, so
the
he could've
chief
had-
gave a white.
So that might not have been commands, and it might have been like foot movement or something like that.
Interesting.
Because they're. I mean, obviously we don't have
Unless-
the perfect angle, but
Unless they
I'd be
couldn't hear him.
hard-pressed to see that
All right,
was not
everybody cheer big and loud for Diego
Yeah, let's
because
go,
he
Diego.
has to get this lift in order to stay in the game.
Let's go, Diego. Get down there. Get down there.
certainly deeper.
That was definitely deeper. Let's see what the refs have to say.
That may have been at parallel. Boom.
Oh no. So that's one of the tough things. This is sort of a moment where when you're doing something, a sport like powerlifting, where there's so many different factors and variables that go into what you're doing, you want to make sure every time you train, every time you warm up, no matter what you're doing it at competition standard. You're warming up with just the bar for a squat, make sure you're squatting to depth. You're warming up with just the bar to do a comp bench, you give that little pause to yourself in there to make sure you've got it ingrained. Always making sure you practice to the standard. Not saying that Diego doesn't, but
Oh, pitch it forward.
Oh, no.
Nice catch.
That was a nice attempt for Derek, though.
No, it wasn't. It was not good. I hope.
I mean, like in terms of the trying factor.
Right, I know that, but that's you don't want to put our spotters and loaders in jeopardy either. So, and he was going forward, which doesn't really bode well because he was way below the J hooks. So, but I'm glad we had a good platform crew out there.
All right, I'm going to attempt to grab a tater tot again. Let's hope I don't knock the monster drink over.
Let me hand it to you.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
There we go.
There you go. Where's Jordan with the? We need him to do the sound effects.
They're labeled, right?
Yeah, they're labeled.
We use them very sparingly, to be fair.
Oh, that's fine.
Wait, I have access to the sound effects.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
your job, kind of.
Oh, that's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's number 2's role. Who does number 2 work for?
I don't know what other two number 2s work for, but I work for me.
Jandario? Do we work for Jandario?
Today,
and
yeah.
Bar Powerlifting
We do all work
LLC?
for Jandario today.
Today, yes.
Wait, Jan, what were you saying before? Alex karate chopped your monster over.
I'm so sorry.
I was talking about the camera angle changes, and you were like, "Oh, we're gonna add in a new."
Oh yeah, so I have a Stream Deck, and the Stream
boy.
Deck will actually incorporate all of the things you're doing into one piece.
Yeah.
And you literally hit the button, and you hit another button. It's all in one thing.
Wait, what do birds sound like?
Sounds like birds.
Hit
Do it.
Hit it quick before you start lifting. It actually definitely should be crickets, but it's fine.
Oh, you mean you don't want me to keep the bird sound on for the rest of the meet?
Jordan said crickets, and I had my wife listen to it. She's like, "Sounds like birds."
You know
Okay.
what, Sarah? He tested Sarah on it too, and she said birds as well.
See, he's wrong. I knew it.
All right, Joseph going for 172.5 kilos.
Nice.
That looked like a really nice squat from here.
Yeah,
Moved really
It's
nicely,
a-
too. Looks like he
got a
definitely had a little
long
bit
way
left
down,
in the tank.
man.
He's tall.
He is
Long way
very
down. Is that my water?
Don't knock it over.
No, it's got the tap on it. We're good.
Sean's coming up next with 180 kilos for a third attempt. While we wait for Sean to come out, I'm sure that we've had the shout out to the spotters and loaders already, but another one because they're doing such a phenomenal job.
They're running a marathon today.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be. I hope that they have a 3-day weekend.
Yeah. Do you guys get Veterans? It's Veterans Day Monday, right?
Yes.
Do you have Veterans Day off?
I have Veterans Day off.
Dan?
I can take days off. It's fine.
Jan gets to do what he wants.
I do not have Monday off.
Oh, no.
Little girl's getting down to a little kedger. She's not like us.
Oof.
She's not like us.
What happened? I think they're making fun of me.
No, I told you. Look.
No.
Oh, there is. There is nothing that brings me that
Stand
like,
up,
I
Mitch.
find
I can see
more
her just over the monitor.
Okay.
Yeah.
more
I
delightful
could
than
at first
just
when you
like
said it,
the
though.
pure, unfathomed joy of like kids doing just cool, fun kid things.
And she's rocking it out.
Oh, she's absolutely jamming. Like, she is living her best life, and I love that.
Xingpeng Foon taking 205 for his third attempt.
205.
205.
Wow,
No-
so
no
he opened
sleeves.
with 175, missed it, took 190, got it, took another 15 kilo jump to 205.
7.
Oh,
Good grab. Good grab.
that was a good catch on the part of the spotters.
These guys are earning their food today.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
gonna say they're earning them chicken tenders.
For real.
Listen, the chicken tenders
I
are
just-
good. I can attest to it.
I just want
I
some
agree.
tater tots.
You don't
My own. Warm ones.
Oh, did I have more?
I haven't.
Didn't you got 30 meal tickets in your pocket or something?
Yeah. But I don't want to be a glutton.
Dude, you can eat as much as you want. You put the whole thing together.
This
And you
is
paid
true.
for the whole thing.
I pay for it either way or if I want to. So.
True.
Who's in charge, but there is urine on the bathroom floor. Is it okay to go in and mop the floor?
Just put a sign out there.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Third attempt
Here
from
comes Justice. 215.
Come on, come on, come on.
Ooh, he gets it up. I want to see what
Wow.
the refs have to say
Yeah, I
on
wanna see
depth
that
on that
as
one.
well, too.
All right. There you go. There's your answer.
I mean, that's
always
real, but
tough.
honestly, he had a great comeback because after his opener, I was like, he's got like 2
Ooh,
kilos
yeah.
in his tank.
Oh, yeah.
But then his second move better than his first, and I don't think that was an unrealistic jump. He just missed on depth. That's fine.
All right, here comes Sydney. Sydney took a 10-kilo jump for his third attempt, 232.5 kilos,
Okay.
which is
Those insers are still. Look at the way he's walking.
512. Oh, yeah, there's been a couple of, like, the lifters who come out with the knee sleeves, and their knee sleeves are tight. Like can't bend your knee tight.
What do you wear, SBDs?
I have A7s. I actually have to get a new pair because they're a little bit loose. They got a little wrinkle in the back kneecap, which I don't mind standing there and, like, waiting for a squat command. I actually, like, make a point to stand there with the squat bar on my back for a couple seconds, but if I can avoid it in a meet, I would like to. Well, not quite for Sydney today, but he did get his second.
True.
Now, Jan, I'm curious to get some feedback from you on this because you hear the rumblings a little bit about, like, the knee sleeves and how they're getting, like, stronger and tighter and all that stuff. Is there any sort of new rules that might come out regarding knee sleeves, or?
We actually have a rule that's actually going to be starting in 26, I believe.
Ooh.
Where we're going to we're kind of going back to a what's approved list.
Like a specific brands?
Yeah, so
Ah.
brands are going to have to submit them to USA Powerlifting for our technical committee to test. Because obviously there's going to be, the reason why is there's variances in, you get one pair versus another at the same size, and there could be tolerances that we have to figure out.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to know what's in the market. I do believe we're not charging for this, unlike some other federations that do. We want you to use equipment if you want to use equipment, but we don't want to charge you an exorbitant fee to be, allowed to be on our here's what you can wear list.
Yeah.
But we also want to make sure that it's linear across the board for all the sleeves. And
Well, that honestly, I mean, I make this comment too. I tell people have asked me, like, who are interested in the A7s. I have the stiffs, which is like the middle strength one. And I wear a 4X, and everyone's like, what do you mean you wear a 4X? And I was like, it's just how the A7 sizing works.
I got a pair of riggers that are 4X. I couldn't even get the 3Xs over my calves.
Yep.
Jimmy, let's watch the squat first.
Yes, we're yapping about
Squat.
sleeves.
It's all right.
Well, we're squatting, so it's fitting.
True.
Wow.
Not only did that move nicely, but I'm not wholly convinced that Nathaniel couldn't have taken 245 and gotten it.
I agree.
But based on the reaction, I think
Nice.
everyone's really happy.
All right, we're looping back around to openers again for our second fight. We can continue our knee sleeve conversation.
Yes.
I just wanted to see that.
No,
the
I appreciate
closing,
that's
closing squat.
Want to make sure we get, especially those third attempts. That's
Jimmy gave me a pair of 2XL rigger knee
Oh, boy.
sleeves, and I mean I could get them on like easily. My legs aren't as big as your guys's, but like the stiffness was so unbelievably uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I cannot believe people squat in these.
You should wear wraps.
No, thank you.
I don't want to do that at all. But
I could bring some in. You could try them out.
That's we're literally, Mitch and I are both over here like no, and Jan's like, are you sure?
I've got some pairs we can put on.
No, I literally wear the SBD powerlifting knee sleeves, and they're very like they're super flexible, and I feel like they hug my knee super well. But it's not like when I put the A7s on, I almost felt like I was wearing like freaking cardboard.
That's
Not in a way
that's
the
why I like the
cardboard flimsy,
stiffs.
but how stiff
Stiff they are,
You know
yeah.
what? You wear a size down, right? You not size down, a tightness down.
Yeah, so it's like the stiffs are like the medium tightness.
Gotcha.
So I find they're very similar, but just slightly stiffer than the SBDs. I believe our friend squatting might have jumped the squat command because I was looking and it was taking him a little while to lock his knees, and I was like, uh-oh.
Let's go. We're going to see probably a blue card there and a yellow card and a red card. That was a little bit of taste of rainbow going on.
You called.
Well, there was a up and down. Definitely Mr. Rackaman, and I don't think they hit depth, at least from what I could see. And, I mean, I'm a good 50 foot away from the person.
125.
Yeah, I see it. On, by the way. I turned you back on.
Oh, here I am thinking that my microphone's on mute, and I'm just yelling out random numbers.
It was one. You know what? My bad. I should have let you know earlier.
Although I'm glad that he did let me know, because I was also about to shove a tater tot into my mouth, and so you did not have to listen to me chewing into the microphone.
Finally, we get a Dartmouth singlet. That's what I like to see. I like to see the
I know.
school singlets.
I do find it interesting that not all of the schools have a school singlet. Like, I figured I would see a lot more, like, even if there wasn't names,
Yeah.
just like a, hey, this is our
We're all
school
gonna wear
colors,
this
we're going to
color,
wear this
right?
color singlet, or even this color shirt.
No, I agree with that. The only team that I really seen have that is Princeton so far.
I've seen, I think, some Cornell. As well.
Oh, you're right. Cornell and yeah. Yes.
A lot of schools don't want them, or they won't.
Yo, he has AirPods in.
What?
He has his headphones in.
He's going to get told to rack it right now.
Okay.
Come on, TC. What is that? Adam over
crazy.
there? Come on, man. Pay attention. It happens. It happens.
I mean,
Yeah.
AirPods are hard to catch. I
Wow.
only got him on the
What is
close-up.
this guy is not standing up straight. That is.
Now he is.
Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to say that was, watching it
No.
from here, I'm pretty sure he's going to get a depth call. Yeah.
Yeah. Yikes.
Now, Jan, I have a question that you'll know the answer to. This is going to slowly turn into Alex just repeatedly asks Jan, really varying from pertinent to totally inane questions. Any of the lifters here today, are any of them lifting for the first time?
Lots of them are.
Ah.
I don't know the percentage, but I would say probably around half.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I was curious if the Ivy League Cup was like a meet where you needed to have like a pre-existing total for.
Nope, this one you can get in.
This
you have
is
to
like
be.
the
You have to,
qualification meet almost, right? For
You-
people trying to get CNATs.
yeah, this is one of those. But you have to go to an Ivy League school, obviously.
Yeah.
You have to be enrolled as a collegiate student. We don't require that they are full time, but they need to be actually a student, and we don't even look at good standing. But as long as they have an active
Ooh,
card,
that was
we're
a
good.
fast opener.
I like that.
Yeah, I was curious because I'm like thinking to like I don't want to call it the adult powerlifting, but like the outside of the school powerlifting, like thinking of my own little course of back-to-back meets. Like
Yep.
you've got nationals, and like I want to go to nationals, so I know I have to compete at states in my weight class, so I have a qualifying total for nationals from there. Then I also need a qualifying total for state, so I'll be competing in a couple weeks to get that for states.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot because you dropped the weight class. You have to do the
Oh,
whole
yes.
gauntlet.
I got to play the whole game all over
gotcha.
again. Now
Yeah.
watch, I'm going to weigh in at like 100.1 kilos versus
Just
Well,
here.
let's not do
simply
that.
don't do that.
I plan on not doing that.
Cut your hair.
Shave it.
That's I said. I warned Jan. I was like, no clothes, no glasses, no hair tie, no jewelry, no nothing for weigh-ins. And I think I'm going to be squealing in there at 99.9 kilos.
Perfect. That's all that matters.
That's all.
That is all that matters.
You just top out the weight class and
Yep.
it's perfect. Anthony
I'm competing
Tippegraff
against
taking 170
only
next.
myself. 170 as an opener is a pretty nice opener.
Alex, that's easy to say. I'm only competing against myself when you win.
I am the only one in my weight class that's sincere. So.
Now
You are
who,
literally only competing against yourself.
who wants to explain the path to nationals?
I'll do that because
Oh.
I'm currently sort of living it
How
in
about
my
the
own
person
way.
who's going to actually go to nationals?
I
It's
hopefully,
not me.
hopefully. So, if taking the backwards route, doing in the education world, it would be the understanding by design route. If there's any teachers out there. So nationals, you need a qualifying total that's set by USAPL in order to get to nationals. Those qualifying totals are pretty high. They put the lifters at an elite. They're looking for the highest level lifters to go to nationals. In order to, and you have to have a qualifying total for nationals that you get at either a state, regional, or national level meet. So like somebody who competed in nationals this past year, they have a qualifying total. They can sign up for nationals next year. I have never done nationals before, so I need to use states to get my qualifying total in order to go to nationals. Now, the road to states
Well, here in New
is-
York, anyways. I want to stop you real quick because
because not every state does have a qualifying total.
Right. I'm going to throw a caveat in here. So
Well, here we go.
you can also compete in an international competition like the World Cup,
That's true.
or you can compete at the Arnold. So if you're lucky enough to make it into
Jan.
the 60 slots for male, 60 slots for male or female at the Arnold, and you get a qualifying total there, based on that, you can go
Yes.
if you get the QT. So continue on your conversation.
Yes. So my personal. I think Samuel might have jumped the rack command.
Little foot movement for the rack command, possibly.
Yeah.
Something.
So for New York State, there is a set qualifying total to go to states, and it's, I believe, Jan, correct me if I'm wrong. It's 60% of the qualifying total for nationals, or not nationals, regionals.
I forget what the percentage was.
Yeah,
but
so it is a lower qualifying total to allow more people to be able to participate, but still sets a pretty high standard. I've been doing some math on the women who have registered for state so far, and the vast majority of the women who are currently signed up for the states for New York State have a 400 plus dots.
and they need it.
Oh
In
yeah,
the prime time.
you've
You've been doing your research on the competition, Alex, already?
Well, I've been thinking to myself,
even
like,
signed up
maybe
yet.
I might be able to get like a primetime spot. And I'm looking, I was like, I'm gonna have to pull a 450 dots at Sincere if I want to do primetime.
Were you primetime last year?
I was. So primetime last year was
Was
structured a
weight
little
class.
bit differently. So it was
Yeah.
by weight class. I had the second highest total in my weight class. This year, it's the top 12 men and top 12 women by dots, regardless of weight class. So there are some phenomenally outstandingly strong lifters in the state of New York. Some nationals, like pro card national level lifters. I would love to compete in prime time against them. I don't know if that'll happen this year, and I've made peace with that. I'm okay with it. Also, because my biggest fear with lifting in prime time is that it's going to start after my bedtime.
When did it start last year? It was like four
It started early enough last year. My problem was deadlifts happened. It started at about like 7 p.m. And you're talking to an old lady here, Mitch. Like, I'm showered in bed with a book in my lap, ready to watch some Bob's Burgers by 7:30.
Yeah,
every
watch
night.
a sitcom
We're
at the same
gonna
time?
start prime time at 5.
Oof.
Or
All right, did y'all see that squat?
no?
No, we're.
That was crazy fast. 260.
Oh man, and it's 90.
Okay. Maybe that's why.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
My bad.
So there's 3 flights of lifters this afternoon, correct, Jan?
correct.
Okay. I could have looked that one up on my own, but I did not. Anyway, because I am now planning on lifting in a lighter weight class, I need to have a qualifying total for states. So in 2 weeks, I will be competing at the Sincere Training Systems meet over at ABC Iron to get my total to qualify me for states, to get my total to qualify me for nationals, and then I am going to take a very long nap.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nationals happens the first week of summer vacation. I am currently a teacher. So after that, I think I'm just going to sleep until school starts again in September.
That's the weekend of my birthday.
Ooh, that's good to know. I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind for when
Yep.
Nationals happens,
My
Jan.
birthday's that Wednesday, and I'll be there all that week. Monday. I'll be there Monday to Tuesday, actually.
I'm going to hide my phone in my singlet and make it start playing Happy Birthday.
Sweet. Do it.
Trying to decide if that would be worth the 3 red lights. We have Sadiq coming up next. He's taking 160. I'm trying to remember where Sadiq went wrong and failed his opener.
You can click on the name.
Jan said it was a rainbow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, I am
He
remembering. Lots of
shuffled,
different
missed
things.
Rack height, high, me. I mean,
It looks like cleaned it up right there.
That's, yeah, it looked like
Well,
that
he
might
if
have
listed
been.
everything.
anything, it would be depth.
and somebody.
Oh, he
called it.
gets the lift. He gets depth on one side. Speaking of one side, I want to give a huge shout out. You can kind of see her. In the red jacket, we have Winnie, who is a long time power lifter across many
Very.
different federations. She's back at USAPL because we love USAPL. She is taking her ref test today with Gunther.
'Cause she wants
is
to
that
give
Gunther?
back. Yes, that's Gunther.
Yes, because she wants to give back. That's fun fact. I took my ref test with Gunther. One of the cool parts about being in the powerlifting community, especially USAPL, is being able to give back as a ref, volunteer, help out, all that stuff. So it's cool to see somebody like Winnie, who is, I think most lifters would recognize her because she is such a staple at meets, taking her ref test, wanting to give back to the community a little bit. Aiden Brody coming up, 162.5 kilos.
Looks deep from here. Push, push.
Ooh, that was a good push. I didn't see any up-down motion of the bar.
Me neither. I think that
But-
might just be a good solid grind out there.
Yeah,
Pretty wide
there we go.
lines. What's the jump for that?
What?
What do you think he's jumping to his third?
Oh.
What did he just take? 162. I think if he's smart, I think he'd take 165.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'll let you know in a minute.
Yes, yeah, you are.
I brought up.
Control of the lifting cast.
I do. I am the LiftingCast controller. We have Lee coming up taking 175. That's 385 pounds. Ooh,
Lee
Aiden's
Maina.
taking a 5 kilo jump, so he's going to 167. That's.
What do you think about that?
I think
Probably smarter than 7.5.
yes.
Yes,
I
I
think Aiden knows how that squat went for him the best, and he's making that judgment call for himself.
If you're a point scorer, you want to come out of here with the highest placing that you want to or
Yes.
could achieve.
A point score? What does that mean?
We've had this conversation multiple times.
But explain it again, Jen, because I missed it.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say.
And
was
I
like
wanna eat a
multiple
tater
times,
tot,
I was
so-
like, I've never.
So with the Ivy League Cup, we are running a co-ed team roster, if you will, for all of the 8 Ivy League schools. They can have a roster of 12 people,
Okay.
have to have at least one of each sex,
Yep.
and they cannot have more than 2 people in one weight class. So they can have 2 males in 82, 2 males in 75, and then a 100 and a 67.5 and whatever. Same thing for females. Essentially what we'll do is out of those 12, good catch, we will take the top 5 scoring members. There's points values that are assigned to each of their placings. So first place win nets you 12 points. Second place gets you 11. Then we go to 9, 8. We go all the way down to 1. Anybody that finishes, it gets a total, will get 1 point. We take the highest 5, and we tabulate those scores together, and we come out with a total. Now, in the past 2 years that I've been running this meet, we've had ties, and they actually have a points total tie, and they wind up coming down to dots. So then you wind up if your dots tie, or excuse me, there's one way that it goes versus the other. If you could have more teams that have higher placing than others. And then it goes to dots based on all that. So if everybody had 12s, first places, and the 5 of them, then we look at what is the cumulative dots of all of those 5 people. And that all comes down to body weight in total, right? So I think we were separated last year by like fractions of a point. Wow. Crazy. And the guy that works for me at USA Powerlifting, he is a web developer by career. He also works for us in other capacities, but he designed a scoring website that you can actually see this kind of happen live, but not really, because we have to push the results to it. So I actually just pushed sessions 1 results to it. Well, he did actually, because he's home doing it. And they can go see, if you go to scoring.usapowerlifting.com, you can kind of see where the points are stacked right now. I'm not going to say who's leading, but you can find it out yourself.
Okay.
So that's that. And I forgot, we talked about that this morning, not this afternoon.
Okay.
So now you know.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I was like, dude, I've not heard this spiel before. But
Not
so,
this
like,
session.
certain people are competing in this meet, but they're not delegated as like a point scorer for their team.
Well, everybody so we have people that just signed up. They want to get a QT for collegiate.
Gotcha.
But then they went with their best candidates to get a higher finishing place.
Yes.
Because remember, you only have 11 or 12 websites to contend with, right? And you're not going to fill out all 12 weight classes. You know?
Yep.
So you're not going to have a bunch of 56 kilo men. You're not going to have a bunch of 48 kilo women. You know, you're not going to have a bunch of 100 plus women. You know, so you have to really kind of stack your cards where you think you're going to do the most damage. And I mean, when I say damage, I mean score high, place
the
high.
best total forward. Yep.
Right.
Understood.
That is very interesting. Oh, wait, the computer turned off. Come back. No. Oh, wait, it's Mitchell's.
We're back.
Thank you.
All right. And you see Johannes
Let's
hit
see,
this
so-
one here. He was
Do we
high on his
remember?
first one.
Ah,
Yeah, he was
there we
high.
go.
He was well high.
Let's go, Johannes.
Let's see.
That looked
Oh,
better.
that looked
That looked
way
way
better
better.
from
Looked
here. I want to
way
see what the refs have to say, but I'll be totally honest. That looked a million times better from here.
Good.
Yeah, yep.
3 white lights.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice. Good. Good for him. Now he can make a jump to his third.
Yes.
Have to, go through that thing. You missed your first two.
The one thing these athletes are being really cognizant of is not making really bad decisions on what to jump to.
What did you say about that, Jen?
Huh?
We have Ryan Shin, who missed his opener and jumped 12.5 kilos.
I'm not saying everybody
Sometimes it
does
pays to be brave.
I'm not saying no.
Just as you were saying it.
I know, and I know Jordan said earlier that you should do this, but if you miss it on a technicality and it was easy, I don't have an issue with it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you, I think depth and a technicality are two different things.
Oh, yeah. I am a huge proponent of if you're missing a lift on depth,
It's almost more of a strength
retake it.
issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I think anybody who does powerlifting has lived that moment where, or I shouldn't say everybody, but the vast majority of people, like I know I've had it where I've sunk a little too deep into the hole and I've had that like, is this how I die moment on the way out of the squat.
It's funny. Funny and real.
Very, very real. And also very funny.
When you come out on the other side, yes.
Come on.
That looked good from here. Let's see what the refs have to say.
He's got a whole nother one to do.
3 white lights. I'm curious what he takes for his third.
It better be not so
Because
high.
That almost
Jan,
might be a scratch.
yeah, Jan made a really good point. I think he's either scratch, he's going to take a 2.5 kilo jump, or he's going to take like a 10
You
kilo
want to
jump.
keep building that total. Tick
But-
away at it. Tick away at it.
Let's
Would
see.
a 2.5 kilo jump even be worth the fatigue it would cause, given how hard that last one was?
Oh, he scratched his third attempt. Okay.
Smart
I think that was-
move.
I think that was a smart move. Okay, good.
That was-
Glad we're
yeah.
all in agreement there.
He plopped a big old goose egg in there.
Why go out and possibly miss
Well, that's what I'm saying.
to
Yeah.
I'm gonna give
just
myself a nose
exert
right,
more
you see that?
stress on your body?
All right, we have, I believe this would be pronounced Mansour, taking 125.
His foot moved.
Oh, Mitch, you're catching all that
It was
stuff.
a great squat, but his foot moved.
Darn
right at the
it.
start.
Well, let's see if they catch it.
Yes, that's true. Oh, they did catch it. Because
Okay.
I know it's one of those, I caught a foot movement. And I know I was the only one
Did
who
he
caught
hit
it.
one? Did he hit a second attempt, though?
He did. He is
Okay,
good.
Yeah,
good.
He is officially on the board. He did hit his second. Aiden coming up. So Aiden had a bit of a grinder with 162, making a 5 kilo jump, which does, I will say this, that is a very calculated jump to make.
His grinder, though, was almost... he came
It's-
out of the hole fast, and
Yeah.
his sticking point was like...
Yeah, and
really
it was, he
high
got
up.
stuck in one specific spot, and then he was fine.
It was like almost like it wasn't in doubt that he was going to get it, but okay.
Oh, man. Well, that's one of the tough things, too, is it's like sometimes you hit a grinder, and it actually genuinely is a misgroove issue.
Oh, yeah.
And you know that, like, oh, something weird happened. Like, I know I do that on bench all the time. Actually, as a matter of fact, I did that on bench yesterday.
I got
Where-
it. I got it. I seen you
Yeah.
post a video with the
That's
audio.
yes. Oh yeah. If you I will actually when I post it to do my check-in for Jordan, probably at like midnight tonight, I will leave the audio up because if I find I'm failing a bench, I will just yell at myself to make sure I get it up. And in my bench video from
Love
yesterday,
it.
I recorded for my check-in. It's poor Mitch is there spotting me, and he thinks I'm yelling at him, and I'm just going, I got it, and I'm not yelling at anybody but me. Because if I stopped yelling, I got it, I would not have had it.
And it was one of those ones where she clearly hit a sticking point, and now it's like a fight. So I got into position to be ready to grab it if needed, and I was just hoping she didn't think I was coming in and just like grabbing it prematurely because you don't want anybody to do that either.
But I got
So
it.
at first I thought she was yelling at me like, "Don't touch the ball."
Oh, no.
You ever get
I'm
someone who
yelling
yells
at
at you
me.
who's like, "Don't touch it, don't touch it"?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, let's see what the refs have to say. I didn't see any up-down motion there on that sticking point, but refs see a different angle, a different perspective.
And
Ooh, three white lights.
all right.
So now, Jan,
Yo.
which college team do you think is going to walk away the winner today?
Well, I know who's winning.
Dan, can you just can you just give us the results, please?
Yeah.
Mitch wants the results halfway through the meet.
Well, no, Jan was telling me you can go to this website, do that. I'm like, yeah, Jan, we're kind of busy right now. Can you just like tell us?
We're busy yapping.
So currently,
Yeah.
We
Professional
have-
yappers, actually.
Cornell in first.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have 62 points. They've had a bunch of scores and that have won. Second, we have Dartmouth. Third, we have Harvard. Fourth, we have Yale. Fifth, we have Princeton. Then we go to Columbia, Brown, and University UPenn.
All right, Jacob got that weight this time.
Yeah.
Three white lights. We love to see it. Yeah. So
Have we seen any lifters from Brown yet?
They only have one.
Okay.
He's in the session.
Okay. Has he like this flight or next flight this session? Do we know?
I don't remember honestly.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't think I've seen a Brown lifter today.
yeah, I have. Is there? And there's no way to see
lifter
which
from
college they're from on our screen, right, Jan?
So it shows up
You
on the
can.
display.
You gotta
of
go to the
LiftingCast?
display.
Oh, wait, you could see it when we have this
Yeah,
view. You could see it right there.
Yeah.
Like we could see Leah's from Cornell.
Oh, don't worry. The whole first flight, I was like, Jordan, can you tell me what college they're from? And I realized you can do that. But it only works on squats
Yes.
because it's that thing. That was nice.
Ooh, that was a beautiful third attempt. Let's see what the refs have to say for
Lee
Lee.
Mania. I know that's not how you pronounce his last name.
Three white
Round
lights.
squats. It's
Go
Lee Mania.
Lee. That was awesome. Anthony, 192.5 kilos. That's 424 pounds.
He absolutely floated his first two.
I mean, that's a pretty chunky jump, 12.5 kilos. So
His last one moved so fast.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's unreasonable.
he might be saving some steam for deadlifts or something.
How straight is this?
Wow, that was
It
you
looked
blink and
just
you
like
miss
his
it.
second as well, so it should be
Yeah.
highlights. That's awesome. He's excited.
Yeah, I bet I have a feeling that he's going to be that sneaky sneak last attempt, either bencher or deadlifter
He's opening 220.
for. He is opening 220. He's opening 90 for bench, which I find very fascinating.
Just like me for
He might have the same I get weird elbow issues squatting sometimes. Actually, I haven't had my weird elbow issues in a very long time, and I wonder if that's
Find
because
some
I
wood.
haven't
Find
pushed
some wood.
past.
Knock on it right now.
Well, I have a feeling. Ow! I just hit myself in the face with my ring. Trying to knock on wood. I haven't really squatted super duper heavy in a very long time because squats have been very hit or miss since
real word?
I've petered out in my cut. It is super duper is a real word. Real word. Thank you very much.
I know what you meant.
215 coming up for Samuel Sanders.
Sammy Sanders.
Hold on, let me bring back the screen that has
12.5 kilo jump. That's a hefty. But he missed his opener on a technicality, so they took a small jump on his second, and he made that move really well. So let's see what he's got.
So Samuel is from Yale.
Let's go Yale.
I don't know what song is playing, but with the headphones on, it sounds like Baby Shark.
So PP.
It sounds like Baby Shark. Almost, Samuel.
Great catch from our spotters and loaders there. Close. That was close.
Awesome spotters and loaders.
Alrighty, next up, Johannes Wardle. He took a 10-kilo jump after he secured his spot in the meet with a second.
Let's see how Johannes does here with 215. Well, let's see what the refs have to say. I'm not sold on the depth point.
It looked more like his first than it did his second.
That's missed it on depth. But he does have his spot in the meet with his second attempt. So he did not bomb out. That's what we love to see. Sometimes, and you know, one of the sort of poopy things about lifting is hey, I'm trying not to swear.
Oh, hey, now, that was our last attempt of the flight. We're on to flight
one or flight
E.
E.
Yeah,
F?
flight E.
Let's
E.
go.
D,
A, B, C,
E, F.
F. We're on flight F.
Flight F.
Jan.
What?
We're
I know
on
my
flight
alphabet.
F.
Thought I say E.
Here we go. We got Euroe Z from Harvard University.
Yes.
Look at those quads.
Wow.
You know what we were talking about today when
That was a nice
lifters-
squat.
Oh,
And I think
no,
I
it wasn't,
missed a
because he missed a rack.
Ugh. Listen, he moved after I spoke.
Yep, he did. The spot was great.
Had he waited for the rack command, that would have been a beautiful squat. So we have Hunter coming up. Now, Hunter is an incredibly strong lifter who he's I think 12 weeks out from having had pretty major surgery from popping his hamstring, I think.
dislocated his knee and
Oh, that's
tore
what it
his
is.
quad tendon.
Ugh.
But he is a athlete at Columbia University.
And it's his last year to do it.
Oh, yeah.
He graduates. Let's see if we can get down there. Okay, that was no big deal.
Ooh, wow. I do have to say this. I was chatting with Hunter earlier, and Hunter, I think, is being very cautious.
Yeah.
It'd be smart.
When I asked him, I was like, "Oh, how do you think lifting's going to go today?" I think his exact words to me were, "We'll find out." So I don't know just how much lifting he's done.
Well, so we did just get cleared to lift, like
Yes.
a week ago.
So I would imagine this is probably just a reintroduction. So
But I
he
asked
is
this morning-
taking 150 for his second.
Well, that's
so
what I said. I go, what are you actually opening up at? Ooh, regulators?
yes.
Ooh, nice.
Little Warren G.
well, let's see. Hunter is he's got 150 for his second squat attempt. He's got 105 for his bench opener and 165 for his deadlift.
Well, the squat's the only thing I'm worried about.
Oh yeah, same here.
You know what I
Although
mean?
he has a massive deadlift, but he is a sumo deadlifter, so I am a little nervous about Hunter with his deadlifting too, because I feel like sumo with like the leg positioning might be a little more testy on the knee.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be perfectly honest with you. I closed my eyes when he squatted. I'm a little scared for him.
I think based on that jump, I also like Hunter is a lifter who I've experienced multiple times over in the lifting community. Like I lifted with him years ago back when I was still lifting in USPA in a meet.
Oh, did you?
And yes.
But he
and
jumped 25 keys?
He jumped, yeah. I think Hunter has a very good sound sense of self when it comes to lifting.
Yikes. Oh,
Ooh, that would have been
Damn.
good if he didn't step back. Oh, and you can see the look of disappointment on his face too.
man.
I think Hunter probably has a really good sense of what to be paying attention for and is feeling really good. I also think that Hunter, if I'm correct, Hunter's like really big sort of like, for lack of a better term, moneymaker lift is his deadlift.
Yes.
And I would suspect that he's going to go into he's going to take squats cautiously. I kind of wouldn't be shocked if squats go well if he raises his opener for deadlift.
I would suggest going out and taking it and then go up from there. And then maybe make a big jump per second and see what that does. Gamble a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm curious to see what the depth call is here.
That's a good point.
Ooh, three
like
white
it.
lights.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's
It's always
wider
tough.
Stance. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah,
with those
it's
taller
harder to
lifters.
tell with the wider stance, and it's also hard to tell too, like at the angle that the camera is at.
Oh, you know what? I gotta.
Jan has to run away to do mystery
leaving us.
Jan things.
No. My knee.
We have George up here, 192.5 for an opener. All right, let's see what the refs have to say.
I look good for him.
It did look good from here. 3 white lights.
Okay,
Go,
solid.
George. All right, so we have Nicholas. Nicholas, who is from Columbia University.
Does
463 for an opener, 210.
Does that last opener say what I think it says?
Oh.
Well, we'll find out when we get there.
Somebody's body weight has definitely been input into the system wrong as well.
Oh, nice. He weighs 2 tons?
I think once we get onto the break between squats and deadlift or squats and bench, I might go chat with our front table team, Gabby. And who's up there with Gabby?
That is Liz.
Liz is here.
No, it's,
no. Is it Karen?
Yes, Karen. Sorry.
Karen. Okay,
Liz
so
was there. She might have
yeah,
left.
Liz was here for the morning, and have them fix that. I also might point it out to Jan, so I feel like he should see it so that we know we need to fix it.
All right, Kyle, we're off up next.
But that's a wow.
Yeah.
That's a lift where somebody's coming in to get some points for their team.
Yeah. Man, that was just a beautiful squat to watch.
Oh yeah,
That was just nice to watch.
that was great.
He had the Cornell singlet. He had the thing. He had smooth squat. Clearly deep enough. You just love to see it. All right, Alex Mechanic.
Alec Mechanic.
What'd you do?
Actually, I'm gonna get Jan's attention now and show him. Hey, Jan.
Okay, we have Alec here with a USAPL singlet. I've never seen this before. Very nice. I'm sure it's supposed to be 140.45, but I know. You're going to have negative dots if you weigh that much.
Yeah, that's
3 white lights for Alec.
all right. Colton's coming up next.
Colin McMaster.
Look, it reads
No match. No match for who?
just that would be the weight class he was in.
Yeah,
he would
I
be
know.
in. So just a heads up to everyone out there. I think we might have missed a decimal point. In,
He is a 140 plus. It
yeah,
appears.
in Colton's.
Oh my God, he doesn't have knee sleeves either.
Y'all with the no knee sleeves. My knees hurt for you guys.
Yo, I'm going to throw this out there. Where's this guy, Dartmouth? If I had to
Yep.
guess, he might also be a football player.
Oh, I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked if this guy's an offensive lineman. And it's just in his off season.
I mean, he's opening with almost 530 pounds.
I guess they'd still be playing, though. So, yeah.
And that was so fast.
Oh, my
He did a
goodness.
really nice job with the commands, too.
Yeah, he really did. That
3
should
white
be
lights.
3 white lights.
So our next lifter, our last lifter in this flight,
Actually, I take it back. Not football player. I'm going to say he's a thrower for the track team.
Endry here.
Because then the seasons would line
Oh
up.
yeah, that would make sense.
This is what
I
he's
used to
doing
be a
for fall.
thrower.
Yeah? Where'd you
I used to be a shot put thrower. Not in not in college. When I was in high school, I used to do shot put. I did discus for like a year, and then I accidentally careened the disc onto the track right into a whole group of people running on accident, and I wasn't allowed to do that again.
That's so funny. Extremely dangerous, but
It was.
really funny
I'm not the
nonetheless.
most coordinated human being. Anyways, I'm gonna assume it's pronounced Endry or Andre coming up is opening with 639 pounds.
Goodness me.
That is banana pants. And bodies it, and absolutely bodies it. That was like a last warm up. All right, that was
something.
that was impressive. Like
Sorry about that.
I was about to say, Mitch,
Nah,
we're
he's not going to touch 700, you think? No.
He might. He might, if he's the point scorer for his team and he knows he's got it in there. That might be a third attempt for him.
That would certainly be something. All right, we have Euroweek coming out. Taking 127.5. Waits for the commands this time. Two to 1, that's a good lift. Jan, don't start yawning on us now. Our fearless leader. All right, here comes Hunter.
Hunter coming in with 150 kilos for a second attempt. I remain strong in my conviction that Hunter is going as easy as he can on squats to be able to feel really confident on deadlift. All right, Mitch, what do we think he's going to take for a third?
I think he just said cut it. I think he said I'm done.
Oh, I hope
But he's walking over to the storage table.
Ooh. You're correct. He put in a... I hope he's feeling okay. I hope...
Is that what he said?
Wait, what'd he say?
Jan said he said an explicative.
Explicative? That's a very creative term, Mitch.
He said he swore at me. He said F you, Mitch.
No. Not Hunter.
Hunter would never say that to me.
Hunter is a gentleman.
He's like one of the nicest guys.
He is. He actually is. Hunter and gentleman. That's what I get for making fun of Mitch. Hunter is one of the nicest, most genuine people that you'll meet in the gym. He works hard. He keeps to himself. He's not causing shenanigans.
Unlike some people.
Listen, I'm the queen of shenanigans. I'll admit to it.
Yeah, not like actual shenanigans, though.
No.
Okay, see, that looked like a good squat. The
That
only
looked-
problem is he's wearing running shoes and
And
his feet
his
definitely move.
toes are moving around, and that's what I'm concerned about. He gets three white lights. Okay, whew.
But like,
we
see
can
the
all-
shoes he's wearing right now? Just
Yeah.
standing flat on the ground, his heels are up off the ground.
Yeah.
And on that squat, it was like his heels were. What did Hunter put it? Did he scratch?
He did. Hunter scratched.
Good. That's good.
I hope what I'm hoping is that Hunter scratched because he knows he can and needs to save
Yeah.
for deads, and not Hunter scratched because he starts to feel some twangs.
I think he might pull conventional today just to keep some pressure off the knee.
Interesting.
Because he actually did it last year. He was the main point scorer for Columbia last year.
Yeah.
That's
All
where
right, let's see
Columbia
what
goes-
they say on depth for Arthur. I feel like I said this last time. And okay, so he got the front ref, Jordan, called him on depth, but the two side refs did not. So that's a good thing. He gets the lift.
So you're saying Jordan doesn't know what he's talking about?
No, what I'm saying is that it is a very different beast to judge depth from the front than it is from the side.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very interesting because I find a lot of the times you'll see the two side refs will give red lights for depth, but not the front. And somehow in an equal amount of time, the front ref will give depth, but the two side refs won't. So I think the stance impacts the sort of where the depth is visible. All right, let's see how Matthias does. 3 white lights. We have George coming up next. Andre from the last lifter of the flight is going to be taking 3:05 for his second attempt. I think he's going to go for 700
He's
for a
pacing
third.
for 700,
I think he's pacing for
305
700.
is what, 672? Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
He's pacing for 7.
Here's the question. I asked Jordan this.
Oh, boy.
3, that looked a little high from here.
Oh, let's see what the refs have to say, though.
Apologies, George.
Oof, he gets called for depth. It's a tough call to get called for depth because depth is not one of those like easy fixes. Oh, like I was a yutz and I missed the rack command or that
It's like
kind
a
of thing.
full rebuild.
Yeah, like when you
to
get called
really
for
address those issues.
Yeah, you're looking at like I have to fix in the
whole
next
block.
7 minutes for a third attempt something that's going to take months.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's when you have an incorrect muscle memory space for depth. Fixing muscle memory is, and I say this as a musician because I've had to do this from the musician perspective before. Going back and fixing muscle memory is actually 2 separate tasks that you have to do at the same time because you have to break the initial muscle memory to remake the new muscle memory, and it's a pain. All right, let's see what Nicholas does, and then I'm going to let Mitch ask me his question.
So missed his opener on depth. That one looked
That
better
one
from
looked a
this
lot better
angle.
from here.
Yeah. And we're going to say that is...
It's a secret. Oh, through white lights.
Okay, good. Paid off.
All right, Mitch, what was your question that you asked Jordan before, and now you're going to ask me? I bet he forgot.
Oh, does it count as a 700-pound lift if it's that 1 kilo increment? I think it's like 317 and a half, where it's literally 699.9. Or
I would
gotta be
count it.
320.
I would count it because I think that variances
Because it never gets rounded. It the database doesn't round that up.
Yeah.
As a great second attempt.
That was a great second attempt. So I would round it, and my gut instinct, my first place where my brain goes in terms of this is why I would round it is, as a sport in powerlifting, we don't function in pounds.
True.
It doesn't matter that it's 700 pounds. What matters is that it's 317.5 kilos. And
So what I'm
that's the
saying is,
important
does that-
number.
Yeah, but does that milestone exist at 317 and a half or 320?
I would argue that it does experience that you would. So, okay,
Like
now
it's
I
a
need
hard,
to do
it's
some
a
math.
hard philosophical question, isn't it?
Because I need to know the exact decimal. This is the problem. Times 2.2046.
It comes up
Oh,
with 700 bars loaded, but it's like 6.996.
It's 699.96. In terms of when I think of it from the milestone perspective,
right?
to think from the perspective, if you think of the fact that you could have that 0.04 poundage variance in weight, just based on if there was like 5 extra brush strokes of paint on the plate,
Some chalk.
could give that some chalk. I think I would give that a 700.
That was a very strong squat there from Alex, by the way. He took a 15-kilo jump and buried it just the same.
So I would give that 700. I would say that 317.5 is effectively 700 pounds.
Okay.
I know some would disagree.
I know. I don't disagree. Jordan immediately was like, nope, gotta be 320. Doesn't get rounded up.
Interesting.
Yep. Well, that's why I asked. I was like, because I'm not talking about one that's 352.6, or is that actually 353? I'm talking...
No, this is because
9.
the way that I view it is that poundage doesn't count. Like for our purposes as powerlifters, ooh, that looked high from here. I'm curious what the refs have to say. I caught that side angle, and I
was looking
have
at
a
that
feeling
too.
that at least Gunther's going to give that a red. Yeah. Oh!
We're wrong.
Surprise.
Great
I
attempt.
was incorrect. I'm also about like a good, how many feet away are we? At least 30 to 40 feet away, right?
Yo, it's gonna bug me. I gotta go to the Dartmouth athletics. This guy just looks. Respect
He's
to all
taking-
powerlifters. He looks a little too athletic to just be.
This
a
is
powerlifter.
672 point. Yeah, the guy who just lifted, Colton. Yeah.
Colton McMaster, men's track and field. He's a shot put thrower. I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it. No knee sleeves, by the way. I don't think we talked
yeah.
about that. He's not wearing knee sleeves. Just
That
the
actually
Romalayos,
makes
and
shot
he's
put.
just like, yeah.
Mitch is very excited about this. I will have to say, having been a shot putter myself in high school, shot put is very like lower body heavy. Like it's a lot of leg when you're doing it. At least when I was in high school, I was using a lot of it was a good chunk of leg. So that all makes sense. I am actually curious to see what he opens. Oh, he's opening his bench with 145 kilos, which would be.
Oh my gosh! I think we're on pace for.
All right, so we'll see. I have a feeling he's. If I had to hazard a guess, he's going to take 320 for a third. He doesn't have his third in yet, but I think I'm going to hazard the guess of 320 because it's a 15-kilo jump.
Our boy,
325. He's going for 325 for a third attempt.
no way. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
way.
I mean, that was like so easy.
Oh, yeah.
Cole McMaster from Astoria, Oregon.
Ooh.
Men's track and field. How
There you
cool
go.
is that?
We've got
I'm just very happy I made that distinction, doubled
Yes.
down on it, and then was like,
Mitch is
correct.
to
I didn't prove
translate.
anybody wrong.
Mitch is happy that he was correct.
but like
Is this
fact
the
that I was
last flight of
able-
squats? This is, isn't
Yes.
it?
All right.
So-
all our squat fans in the chat.
Yes.
Last squats for the day.
Yes. And I think everybody's going into their final squat. Nobody's going in with the possibility of bombing out, which is nice.
Yeah. Yes.
There have
Yes,
been
it
because
is.
there have been it's always stressful, especially when you're like watching from the ref perspective. That looked high from here. I'm going to be totally honest.
Yep.
Now I know I've said that before, but that looked
that one looked. He shook his head. He kind of knew.
yeah.
I think he
He
jumped the
knows.
rack command too.
Oh yeah, when it starts looking all fancy on that bottom line with multiple, yeah. Although it was blue, the jumped rack command would be yellow.
What's the blue again? Up and down.
So blue would be up down motion. I didn't see that. I also, as soon as I saw the depth, I was like,
Yeah. As soon as I saw the squat, I was pretty convinced that it was.
Yeah.
3 Reds respect. All right.
Zacky's coming in with 162.5.
So watch his heels here. Can you see him?
Oh, I think it's the sneakers though.
It's literally the sneakers.
So Mitch and I are watching from we're actually watching him on the platform lifting,
side
and it looks like he's rolling up onto his toes, but I don't think it's his. I don't think that's what he's doing. I think it's just the way his shoes are.
equipment malfunction.
Yes, that's actually why I won't wear. So I squat in my Converse now, and I love my Converse.
Yeah.
But I won't wear them for bench because the sides, they're very old Converse. I wear
those
them
things
for
are
everything. I wear
leaning.
them to hike. I wear them to just walk around. Like they've got some love on them. Ooh, the spotters and loaders just had to go grab extra reds from the back.
Extra red from the back.
But I
'cause
won't
injuries.
wear my Converse to bench because I'm afraid of getting a call for my foot coming off the floor because of how the shoes look. Ooh, Arthur fought for that. Let's see what the refs have to say. From here, I think that looked good. I could be wrong. I've been wrong. 3 white lights. We love to see it.
With the pre-celebration too, you really were
Oh,
praying
yeah.
for those 3 white lights.
Ooh, nothing. There's nothing that is.
And a squat cramped.
Ooh, no.
He's like, my quad is cramping. Maybe.
Let's
I
hope
don't
it's.
know.
Is that or is it just? Oh, I think he's trying to
get the knee sleeves off
He's
me.
like,
He said,
please-
get
oh,
these
yeah.
things off me.
I am. You know what? I'm the same way with my knee sleeves. Even though they're like a little bit loose, I'm like, get them away from me.
I could like wear. Maybe I need a size down. I feel like I wear my knee sleeves for like however long I want to.
What I think I've started getting there with these knee sleeves, which is how I know I have to get a new pair.
Very nice.
That was a really nice grind. And that was the perfect amount of grind for a third attempt
Yeah.
to know he's still got some in the tank. Now
like
George,
you didn't gas out for the rest of the meet. You're talking about?
yeah, like some in the tank for bench and deadlift. Now George missed his second. He's retaking his second. 435.
So he missed a second on depth. Actually, like was one we saw from here.
Oh
We were
yeah.
like, ooh, that looks.
Yeah, we were like, oof. So I'm gonna actually watch him on the platform and see what this looks like.
That got. Oh, come on.
I would give that an on the line. I think Gunther's gonna give that to him. I think he's gonna get that.
No.
Oh,
of course
so
Gunther is the
Gunther
one who
didn't
doesn't
give it to him.
Dude, Gunther's the only ref to ever give me a red light.
See, that's when I missed my last year at Sincere when I missed my third bench attempt that I got the bar up, but I got called for heaving.
That was.
But you know what though? First off, I won't. There are very few times I will ever argue with a referee in terms of things, and I knew
just never do it.
right off the bat that was going to be a no-go for bench. I almost gave it up to not gas out for deadlifts.
Oh, you knew?
Because something felt off about it. I thought the bar went up down, and then I thought I had up down motion, but I also will say this.
Nope.
Oof.
Okay. Good call. Good call.
I have not been called on I have not gotten a heaving call since.
Yeah.
And I have altered my training, and by I mean Jordan Crandall. It's like it is a very intentional training to make sure that I have soft touch for the bar touching my body for bench, to
you were
avoid
soft
ever
touching
having that
yesterday.
happen again.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
Good.
And it's one of those where I teach, for those of you who don't know, I teach instrumental music for a living. I teach middle school students. And I always teach my students that, because music is one of those, you either do it perfectly or it's a failure kind of subject. I tell my students failure isn't something that should have a negative or positive connotation to it. If you fail something, it is that thing telling you have to do a little bit more work, and that is an okay thing. It's okay to be put in a position of needing to work on something to improve, and to be able to have, especially in powerlifting, that exact feedback of that thing you need to work on. Like, oh, the thing I need to improve on for squats is depth. That thing I need to improve on for deadlifts is lockout. Like,
Yeah.
it is so important to look from that growth perspective of, this is where I'm going to work in the gym to improve for my next meet, instead of arguing with a ref, because that is called a fast way to have a bad time.
And also, like, no powerlifting ref has ever been out to get anybody at a powerlifting meet.
Oh, no.
In the history of time, ever.
Again, we always, by we I mean me. I don't know why I said we when I'm referring to myself. I think I said we because
We
I've
as
never
in the
encountered a ref like
USAPL
this.
refs, probably.
I want to see every single one of these lifters today. 27 white lights across the board, 9 for 9. Like,
What's up?
oh, I'm getting made fun of for my sweatshirt. I
Is that
love
Buddy the
Christmas.
Elf?
It is.
Yo,
It's-
Jordan literally said that Elf is overrated, by the way.
oh no. Oh no.
Oh, wait. Hey, he stayed with the bar. That's
He did.
a great catch from the spotters and loaders.
Yes. I'm going to put elf quotes in all of
think
my
so. I mean, that
check-ins
was 250.
between now and Christmas.
Yeah.
When I send in my check-in, I'm going to put in there, so I heard you really love the movie Elf, Jordan. A little birdie named Mitch told me.
Bro, he literally tried to sit here and be like, that movie was so overrated.
Elf
And
is
then
the
he tried to
greatest movie
praise
of all time.
Cars.
Oh, okay.
He was like, and I was like, yeah, I've never been like a huge Cars guy. I watched the first one. He was like, oh, but you like
No.
Elf. And I was like, yeah, I watch Elf like maybe once a year around the holidays.
I watch Elf all year round.
I haven't been watching a lot of movies in the past few years. Who cares?
Yeah.
Colton taking 272.5. This is a 601 squat. Break that 600-pound barrier.
Yep. Ooh, that was a squat face if I've ever seen it.
Come on, big fella.
That was outstanding. As somebody who I myself make many faces while lifting, that was a beautiful squat face. He gets the lift. All right. Here's our last squat of the day. Last squat of the day.
Bro, that dude is
716 and a half pounds. So if you
DMX.
missed it, the spotters and loaders had to go back to the warm-up area to go get more red plates. That is how I want to see. Wait, what's he opening with for deadlift? 280 for deadlift. He's opening with. That's mad. This is absolutely bonkers.
This is crazy. Huh? 325, man.
Like, he not only was he angling for a 700 plus squat, he wants to make sure there's no doubt in a single person's mind that this is a 700 plus squat.
Yeah. He said 7 and some more. Oh, this angle right here. You know who he reminds me of?
Princeton University. Who?
Timur Samkoretsky.
I don't know who that is.
He's a Georgian lifter in the IPF.
Oh! I do know
He's
who
the guy
that is.
behind Jesus Alvarez.
Yep.
You're joking.
Wow.
You're joking.
He could have gone, you know what? I think he could have gone heavier. Wow. All right. Well, on that incredible note, we're going to take a little pause. I'm going to finish my tater tots and chicken tenders, and I might go get some more because I'm still hungry. And they made my headache go away. I think I might have just needed to have eaten.
There you go.
Well, it went away for the most part. But, oh, good. Jordan's coming over so I can yell at him about not liking Elf. But we'll see y'all in about 10 minutes when we come back for bench.
All right, peace out, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time to kick off the bench pressing portion.
Yay.
Yay.
Everybody's favorite
Hey, I love, in terms of an actual meet, I love benching.
from a spectator point of view.
Ah, yes. That was a nice opener, though, I will say. That was a great way to kick off benching.
It's so hard to find the correct camera angle for benching. Like,
Oh, I
two
know.
I have. It's like this one.
Like,
And
I
this
wish I
one?
could do,
I don't know which one would be
I
better.
think that one might be a little bit better for, I kind of like this angle that's currently
You
up.
like this one?
I do.
Okay, so we'll do this for their walkout. And
Yeah.
Then we'll do this when they bench. Okay.
That's, bar is loaded. Now Adam Mola is heading up the benching portion here. Let's see. I'm curious to see how Adam is as a head bench ref. This is a close grip bench right there.
That's exactly how I used to bench.
Like very close grip.
I used to do a thumb's length off from the smooth.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's very judgy of me. I apologize, Mitch, because I also used to have a very close, I used to be like pinkies on the ring.
Yeah.
And I've very slowly inched myself out to where it's like I'm slowly trying to build out to pointer fingers on the smooth rings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at about middle finger.
I used to, back when I was high school when I first started benching, I think I was ring finger on the ring, whatever. That's how I learned to bench. But in college, I had 2 shoulder injuries.
Oof.
And to get back to being able to bench, close grip came. The ability to close grip came before, what my normal grip came back.
Okay, that
And
makes
then
sense.
I just rocked with it because it felt better on my shoulders. And then
Yeah,
after
that's a
my
very
first
valid
meet,
thing.
I widened the grip.
Jan, would you like to hop on the mic with us? I don't know if he said yes or not yet.
I
He's
think he
yapping.
said
I can't hear him.
Niet. Dan, are you Russian? I am Italian. Okay. No. So that was a no.
All right. Now, bench is one of those lifts where there's a lot of technical components to this one because it's the most multi-step process in terms of commands. You get the start and then the press and then the rack command. You got to keep your feet flat on the ground. You got to keep your butt on the bench. There's a lot going on with bench.
No. What we got up right here? Diego?
Diego is coming up. He's opening with
Diego
one.
It was our 0 for 3 squatter.
He was. Diego bombed out on
Unfortunately.
squats.
So for those who don't know what we're talking about when we say bombed out on squats, it means that you're disqualified from posting a total in this meet. So nothing he does after this will technically count towards an official total. But you don't get kicked out of the meet.
No, you can still keep going.
compete, as in complete your lifts, but not. They won't be.
Yeah, you just won't
recorded.
have a total at the end. You won't qualify for medals or anything.
Yeah.
Or in this case, for points or anything along those lines. We got some 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B going on.
Yeah, I do like it. A little Snoop Doggy Dogg.
I do. I do like some Snoop Dogg.
Oh, nice.
That looked nice from here.
Yep.
Ooh, he got a call from one side. Now, is that Victoria or was that Gunther's side? I think that was Victoria. Yeah, so that would have been Victoria. That looked like she called him for up-down motion. Victoria's a tough ref. Mitch is on his phone.
My bad. I was
That's
still
all right.
getting the camera
You're allowed to
angles.
be.
I just need to.
A little brain break. It's all right. I'm just calling you out. Oh, Jan's jumping back on. Welcome back, Jan the man.
Hey, I gotta talk to Adriana.
Okay.
That was a great way to start off you joining the back.
And he's gone.
See ya.
And Jan's gone. Oh wait,
no,
he's
he's still
talking.
here.
He's still here. I turned his microphone off, but he was still talking into it. So that was a party foul on my part. I apologize.
Don't worry, I didn't swear, so it's all good.
He's saving it for the
Wanted you
microphone.
to swear.
I just went into the men's bathroom to get rid of my last couple monsters, and there's so much chalk dust in there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna
It's
say
like I'm
something
sitting
else.
there
I
at
was
the urinal. It's
I
like,
know.
why is chalk dust just floating everywhere? There's nobody in there but me.
Well, good thing these guys are
You gonna be
powerlifters
right?
and not archers, because they certainly don't have any aim.
Yeah,
tell you that much.
they took care of that.
Well, they
Popping outside of a single is a little difficult.
they reintroduced the problem. We'll say that. I just went back
Good
in
Jesus.
there.
This is
Like,
a
my
phenomenal
goodness.
conversation to be stuck right in the middle of, everyone.
Are you gonna be okay? You like almost choked on your water.
Well, do you
there.
remember
Well,
when
you
we started
started
the last flight? The woman, I'm assuming she was of the janitorial staff, came up and asked Jan, like,
Yeah.
"Should
Oh,
I
yeah.
go clean up in there?"
Absolutely, take care of business. Oh, all right, on the bench. Whew.
He says as we're like 4 lifters in. More than that.
Oh, we got to be more than that.
Like 6.
Listen, it's only 3 o'clock. It's not even dinner time. Speaking of dinner time, I need to go get some food.
Jan, how long do you think it's gonna take to pack this baby up?
Well, we have RIT here. I've got concepts of a plan of what I want to put the truck together like.
Concepts of a plan.
Is there a loading? Where's the loading? We don't gotta do like elevators or.
Yeah, we
stairs
gotta
or
take the
Oh, we do
elevator.
got to do elevators.
Yeah, we just take it right to the loading dock, though. It goes down.
Oh, yeah,
2
yeah.
floors.
Sure.
It's literally that door, hang a left, down 2 flights.
Okay.
Sydney's coming up with 132.5 kilos. That's 292 pounds for his opener. Now, Jan, what is the name of the young man who did his ref test this morning?
Jared Geckebrek.
Jared. Okay.
Jared.
So now you can't quite see it from this camera angle, but Jared is out there spotting and loading.
He is RIT alum, and we have RIT in the platform. He wanted
yeah.
to. He literally. I gave him the
That
opportunity.
Leg, the leg on the left side. That is the man we're talking about.
Yep.
He could. I mean, he's a referee now. He's passed every test we need to do in a practical. So technically, he could do referee duties.
Mm-hmm.
He would rather spot and load in the afternoon. I'm like, okay.
You know what? Power to him.
Yep. He knows that his guys are toasted, so it's
Yeah.
he's giving back in that way.
Helping out his friends.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's a stand-up. That's a stand-up thing to do.
And he's alum. He's graduated. He's gone.
Now, what year? Do we know what year he graduated?
Maybe 2 years ago now.
I feel very old now.
I think Gunther's the same way. I think he's 2 years out.
Now I
Both,
feel even
20
older.
They're both 24. Not
Sounds
there,
about right.
Like that, but we were just talking about it before.
I'm going to jump back to Justice, who's opening with 137.5 kilos, so that I stop feeling as
our
old as
first
I am.
300-pound bench of the day.
First?
There we go.
No,
Of
I
the
could
session.
be.
The session.
This session, yeah.
We had one this morning. I'm pretty sure.
Now, for those of you watching out there,
Yeah.
something to bear in mind with the bench, you're going to kind of see, so we've got Adam, our ref, who's up on head ref duties. You get the press command when the bar is touching the body and is perfectly still. And that's a super important distinction to make, because I know I noticed it from the TC perspective this morning. Quite a few people would bring the bar down very quick and it would bounce. And Victoria, who was head reffing this morning, would wait until that bar stopped bouncing and was completely still before she gave the press command. And for some of our competitors, that was an extra second or two longer than what they were expecting. And that can be a total game changer for benching.
Wow, that was really smooth right there.
Yeah. And a closer grip, too.
147.5? Goodness. What poundage? What's that?
325.
3 reds.
Ooh, I wonder
Whoa.
if there was butt or foot off the bench.
That, like,
Or miscommand.
Oh, it could be a miscommand. With all three, I feel like Gunther's explaining it to him, so I almost wonder if it is a foot or a butt.
We got that big ass chart sitting right next to the ladies at the scoring table, and they still pick up the piece of paper.
well, they
He's
can't
not
even-
on
they
the
can't
other
even
side
see
of the
it, though,
team,
right?
though.
It's life size. You can just look at it.
It's life
size.
size. That's what is that? I feel like that needs an elaboration, Jan.
That was an awesome opener.
5 feet tall.
That's I believe we would call that it's
5 feet
human
tall.
sized,
Oh, sorry.
not life sized.
That'd be like
Whatever. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
I'm Alex. It's nice to
Let's
meet
talk
you.
about
Tyre.
powerlifting. How many commands are in the bench, Mitch?
Oh, poor Mitch.
No, it's
You just called on Mitch because he was texting.
start, press, rack 3.
There you go. What are common reasons to fail a bench?
Jumping the press command, jumping the start command, I guess.
Jumping a command.
Jumping any of the 3 commands that you're supposed to get. Oh, is this guy wearing a wash? Oh, like right there. Like he jumped the rack command.
Yep.
Okay.
He just threw that thing up there.
Yep.
He just threw it in the uprights.
He threw it in the uprights. He's wearing a Commander's T-shirt underneath his singlet. You see that?
Really?
Yeah.
Now I am uneducated on what is that a
It's a
sports
football
team?
team. That is the Washington D.C. football team.
Mm.
Formerly, they were a derogatory term towards Native Americans that I will not say here on the stream for multiple years, and then they were the Washington football team for like 2 years.
Because he
and
couldn't pick a name.
and they settled on the Commanders.
Oh. See, I'm not well versed in any of the sports teams. Sports outside of powerlifting are not.
And the Commanders are doing well.
Very
That's good to know.
I think he like dinged the rack on the way down here. What are we gonna see with this call?
What was it? I don't see what they called.
There was a lot of rack.
Okay,
although,
it's 2-1.
Okay,
he
so 2
dinged
to
the
1.
rack on the way down.
Somebody in the last session clipped the rack on their way up, but waited for the rack command and still got their lift.
Yeah. So hitting the rack, not a red light worthy offense. What is it? Butt coming off the bench is. Feet
Butt,
coming off the
feet
floor.
off the floor.
Is.
Up-down motion.
movement, heaving.
Ooh, heaving. Oh, yes. I am familiar with heaving.
I mean, that's. I think that's it.
I mean, if elbows aren't locked out, I know that's something Victoria keeps an eye out for.
At the start and or finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you want to look for people, how they start is how they finish.
Yeah. Has to be consistent throughout.
And I can't tell you how many times people start with a very laxed elbow. They're like, lock your elbows, and you push it up. You can see the bar physically move up. And in your mind, you're going, that's where they better finish, because if they don't, you know their elbows aren't locked out.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap.
I know you turn. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
I know you literally muted yourself for that, but that was so loud. I think the mics picked it up.
Sorry.
mics did
I,
pick it up.
I am very well aware that I'm a very loud sneezer, and I felt it coming on, so I muted my mic to make sure. And I apologize if everybody heard it.
And our technical secretary that's 3/4 away across the room said, God bless you. Our technical controller, sorry. What's the reason to have the face savers? What's that device supposed to do?
Jan is just grilling Mitch today.
Wait for the what?
The little upright things next to the bench.
I hate those things, by the way.
They're
The
called
safeties?
They're
yeah.
one of my sworn
Oh,
enemies.
so
that I
like
meet.
if you come up and like you can't drop the bar on your face.
Hence why they're called face savers.
Yeah, I picked that up from your.
Mitch is adding 2 and 2 and getting some good numbers here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to protect you, so in case you can't lock it out and your bar comes back down, you find that more in what is going on over there.
Over where?
Did they knock the curtain down? Hey,
Yeah.
that's
Knock
my
the
job
curtain
to knock the curtain down.
But the problem is it falls like dominoes.
Should we alert Jordan that? Jordan.
Jordan!
They're all standing over there.
Jordan.
guy's an iPad kid. He can't stop looking at it.
What are they doing?
We finally get his attention to show him what's up, and he just throws up the, I don't know.
He's like, I don't know what's going on.
You know what? Leave that one down. It's going to have to come down at some point anyway.
That's true. That's one less one for us to take down later.
True.
Why
Thanks,
they
guys.
should not be over there.
They are, I will say this, Jan, they are college students. They are going to go over there.
Yeah.
When that's the consequences. Shit falls down when you're not supposed to be in it. Sorry, this is not it's a kind of a PG thing, but not really.
Yeah, no, not really.
He didn't say
second
anything. He
attempt
said
there from
shiz. Anyways, the face savers for bench are one of my like thousands of sworn enemies, because I was competing in a meet once. It was a different federation, and you could set the height to your safeties, and I set them. And now, granted, when I say they're my sworn enemy, I mean I'm an idiot. I set them too high, and I brought my bench down, and it touched the safeties before it touched my body. And it was a very.
PR?
It was. No, well, I did not get that lift. And then the spotters and loaders were very lovely, and they were like, would you like to lower the safeties? And I was like, what I would like to do is light them on fire, but I don't think you'll let me do that. So, yes, I think lowering the safeties is the next best thing.
True.
Well, it looks like whatever shenanigan was happening back there is all done.
Cease.
Well, yeah, they just left it kind of a mess. So I got somebody coming that's one of the in-house people coming to take a look at it.
Got some Dom fans here.
Oh,
my
yeah.
Goodness.
He is. Wow. We are getting hyped.
Never seen
For
someone get
Dominic.
this hype for a second attempt bench. My goodness.
He's taking 115.
Yes.
See, that is a beautiful, controlled bench.
They're just slow and
He
steady.
brought it right down perfectly still right on his body. And that was absolutely 10 out of 10.
That was a great attempt.
I'm curious to see what some of our third attempts are going to be here. Well, yeah, it looks like we got some good third attempts rolling up. You want to know whose third attempt I'm going to be very interested in is...
Are we talking about in this flight or the whole thing?
Oh, we're talking about the whole thing.
well, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. What's he opening with? If you can disclose that information.
I am... Yeah, give me a minute, and I will look that up, and I shall share. Let's see. I'm going to do this way, though. He's going to be all the way down here. He is opening with 170 kilos.
That's quite a bit.
So he's opening with 375 pounds.
Jan, didn't it used to be a rule that you couldn't put your feet on the bench?
No,
that-
we never had that rule. That's the
Yeah.
IPF.
Okay. Name drop. Should be a good attempt there from Sean. Nice honest work there for...
3 white lights. We love to see it.
Okay. Okay, so I think we can all agree, like, bench is probably the number one lift that gets failed on strength. And Justice failed his opener on strength, which is an extremely scary place to be.
And that happened to a lifter last in the morning session. Everybody out there listening, watching, send every piece of good vibes you got to Justice.
And also, I think they actually did put in their face saver heights because the spotters and loaders actually changed the face saver.
They do because when you enter them in LiftingCast, it kind of forces you to pick a number.
Oh.
So we typically leave it at 4, but if they put them in there, we'll honor it. I don't know if they actually did the change and noticed it.
Come on. Ding driver.
Ooh. Oh, but he jumped the rack command.
Is that the same? Did he do that again? Is that
No,
the same
he
guy?
missed it on strength.
Yeah, he missed on strength the first time. He jumped the rack command this time, and that is oof.
I think he had it too. I know he dinged the rack on the way up, but like you said, if he waits for that rack command, he can.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if there's anybody out there, if you do a meet and you do something like, you're going to have those moments where something totally out of pocket happens, like you ding the rack. I've done it benching. I've done it squatting. Like, it's going to happen. Wait for those commands. Always wait for those commands.
Sydney Weaver, the third, taking 137.
137 and a half. Jan's boogieing on out again.
Jan moves on.
Oh, Jan is.
I'm gonna go see what the problem is.
You can almost hear Darth Vader's theme in the background. Ba, 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 ba.
That's funny. Jan walking across the room to yell at college kids.
Oh, yeah.
I would be terrified. I seen Jen walking across the room in this big red shirt.
Ooh, he's going to tell one of the rest to not let them over there anymore.
Very good attempt there from Sydney.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Chin Peng Foon. He will be taking 155. Okay, again, we're setting up for here another possibility. Like we said, bench is probably the easiest lift to fail, and he,
No, I forget why he failed his first one.
Absolutely flew, and then he got 3 reds, and everybody was kind of like,
Oh, yes, because we were trying to figure out if it was a command feat or like what was going on.
it might have been a combination of
I'm
all of them, I guess.
going to watch. Oh, maybe I'm not going to watch.
What are
I'm
you
going to
looking
try
at?
and see.
Trying to see the cheeks?
Trying to see what's going on from my perspective without the screen.
I am also trying to look, too. No, butts on the... I mean, that looked perfectly fine.
That looked great from here.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, that's 3 white lights. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
That's what we like to see. Moving on, third attempts here.
I had to go yell at some people.
Lay
That's
down the
all right.
law, pal.
They're just, we put the curtains up to make it so it's blocked off, and they took down half of one side.
What, did they do it on purpose, though?
They're walking through it, and they're not supposed to.
Oh,
You got to have your entourage of 18 people taking a picture with one person.
Gotcha.
No.
Oh, I also...
Oh, come on, Jan. They're in college. We got to let them have their fun.
Buy the photo package.
KevinDrewryMedia.com.
Yep.
I will also admit I goofed up and said we're on the third attempts. This is the last second attempt of
Oh,
the
yes,
flight.
we still
My
have-
bad. I played the graphic and everything. Sorry there, Nathaniel.
Come on.
Second to last
Mitch.
attempt.
I mean, that's a good lift,
That
but
looks
he's going to
good.
get a blue card for up and down motion, so it won't be a good lift. But it was a good
Aw.
It looked good. Mine is still stuck. Did I say that one too, up and down motion on the bench when Jan was hitting me with the
You
quiz?
did when you were getting the third degree from Jan.
Jan, is this an on-the-fly practical? Are you going to give me a pin after this with my name on it?
I can give you a pin. We'll have your name on it, though.
We're at 30.
If that was a joke, it went over my head, and I'm sorry.
Oh,
I tried to
man.
think, and I was like, Anywho, Vijay is... Wow, that was really fast. Yes, it was really fast.
Oh, he could have totally taken more weight than that.
Nice.
Ooh, but what did Adam call him on?
I don't know. I think Adam's just like a hater, to be honest with you.
No, I don't
I'm
think so.
completely and totally joking. I said that, and I was like, I probably shouldn't say that about our referees.
No, it's
here.
all right.
All right, Jason Wu taking 92.5 keys. Alex,
Mitch.
what? So we've seen some cool singlets here, some school singlets. Our boy Jason here's rocking the A7 Emerald kit that came out like March last year. Or June, whatever.
It came out, I think, around
It was after
Worlds.
States. Yeah, because around States was when they dropped the Ivory Rose.
Yes.
That was the big, like the new kit that came out around that time. What is your favorite meet kit / do you have something planned? You already know what you're wearing to Sincere.
So I do know. I actually just recently got a new A7
Okay.
singlet. So I have a couple singlets. I have my old OG, like super inexpensive Max Barbell singlet, which got me through a lot.
Yep.
Loved it, but once I was like, all right, I'm dedicated to this. I want to do this for a really long time. I was like, I'm going to invest in a really nice singlet.
Yep.
So I went to I always love to support a women-owned small business. So I have a Girls Who Powerlift singlet.
You wore that last Sincere, right?
I did. I've been wearing
heard
that
that.
for a couple meets. It is a little bit.
Probably
it
loose
fits.
on you now these days,
It's not
right?
super loose, but it doesn't fit as well as I would like it to.
Yep.
And I'm like one of those people where like certain like things will bug me sometimes. So I invested in, which I will wear at Sincere in a couple weeks, an A7 singlet that is all black. So I have the everything black except for my Converse and my deadlift slippers
Oh.
and my deadlift socks.
Oh,
Which
what are
my-
what's fun?
My chicken leg socks.
Oh, that's funny.
Those are my competition socks. Although I do have a pair of just like solid black knee-high socks that I also am like potentially contemplating wearing just to look like sleek. But I love those chicken leg socks. Everybody knows I'm a sucker for a good, fun pair of socks. No, I like my chicken leg socks better.
I have chicken legs too.
What? You're a 4XL knee sleeve.
I can wear socks.
You don't have chicken legs.
The illusion.
I don't have chicken feet. No,
He has human
Then why'd you
feet.
say it?
I have larger than life feet.
Feet? What's that for you?
Feet. What?
Oh, that
what's
was
that
close
shoe
for
you wear?
Dylan.
12.
Nice. All right, next up we have Diego taking 110 for his third attempt.
The bar is loaded. Hunter's doing a lot of walking around for somebody who should probably be warming up on bench. I'm not going to lie to y'all.
He's doing a
Are
lot
we-
of walking around for a lot of things.
Are we on D or E right now?
We're on D.
Oh, he's F.
Oh, D's.
He's got a whole flight to monitor.
Oh, that's a good point.
And it's only 325. But they are on last attempts, right? So
They are.
This
They're
is
on third
last
attempts.
We're like midway through last attempt.
I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
Got some other fun sound. What's
Whoa.
the scary sound effect?
Play it.
No, that's not scary. That's just
Good
weird.
Lord.
It's
It's
like,
like a
it's like
weird
very X-Files-esque.
Michael Myers remix.
My wife kind of named him. She doesn't do
Shout
horror
out.
movies, so
Shout out Jan's wife.
Oh.
no.
Chimes.
No, we're not shouting out your wife.
No, she does. No, I'm
I
saying
like
she
the
doesn't
chimes
do.
one too.
What? Go ahead.
No, I hit it already.
Oh.
You missed it. I love a good horror movie. I would give that very X-Files feel. That's got an X-Files feel to it.
You are a big horror
Like-
movie stan.
Listen, if there's anybody out there and you're listening and you're like, I also love horror movies, please come talk to me because I will talk for. I could talk about very few things actually, that's a big fat lie. I could talk about a lot of things for a very long time. And horror movies and horror anything is one of them.
Just a
I'm a
little too
massive
much there
horror
for
junkie.
Derek, but only missed out on 2.5 kilos with the jump, so kind of the perfect call for the day.
It was a good call for the day. That was probably one of those, if I'm thinking back, 112 was a little bit of a grinder.
I mean, yeah, and he missed 115.
And he
so
just missed 115. And it's one of
that was
those where,
literally the
yeah.
only option.
We had Joseph coming up with 117. That's 259 pounds. He took a 5 kilo jump. I'm trying to see if there's any really big jumps coming up. Shink Pen took a pretty big jump, 155 to 167.5. 12.5 kilos on bench, at least, from my perspective,
That's
is
a lot.
quite the chunky jump.
I don't even think
Yep.
I take 12.5 kilos jumps like throughout all my attempts.
Yeah, no, that's. I think I intentionally train 10 kilo jumps in the gym just to have that space to do it if
Yes.
if the opportunity arises, and also because I'm lazy. But
No, that too. My attempts are I'm a 5 kilo attempt
Yeah.
on bench guy because
I actually should probably start doing 5 kilos.
But only 5 kilos once I get to a certain point.
Yeah, that's.
That's a perfect third attempt right there. Perfect call.
Yep.
2 to 1.
Ooh, what did he miss that on? What did Victoria
blue
call
card?
him?
Blue
Victoria's
cards out.
throwing a lot of blue cards down.
She saw a little up and down or something.
She's very meticulous about her calls. I got to give her a lot of credit. She's a very good attention to detail.
She'd be laying down the wall.
She does. Speaking of laying down the law, she actually was telling me that she's applying to law school.
Yeah, she did
Wow.
say that. Where?
Yes.
Where? Oh, coming back from SMG. That was in June, though.
Yeah, she said she's in the process of applying, which is awesome. I think that's great for her.
Wait, you're saying she told you that she was doing that at SMG SummerSlam?
No, we on the way back we stopped in through Oasis of Food. There's a group of
What'd you
us.
guys get on the way home?
Huh?
What'd you guys get on the way home?
Chipotle.
Chipotle?
It was Saturday, man.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wait.
What does that have to do with anything?
No, that was not the meat. What
Was
was
it
the
the
last
Sport
meet?
of Iron meat?
Yeah,
Last meet
what was the last
no,
meet?
Was it
Sport of Iron.
Utica? Was it Utica?
No, it was definitely downstate.
I was about to say Sport of Iron was in July.
Didn't you do one
July.
in Long Island that we didn't go to?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I haven't been
you
to Long
sure?
Island. Yeah, I've been to Long Island this year.
Well,
We love Long Island.
well, I know at the end of Mayhem we were trying to figure out if we were all going to stop because there was like a Popeyes on the throughway on the way back.
Yep.
Is that what you got?
I drove straight home.
Yeah,
I had Popeyes when I got home, though.
Nice. I love love Popeyes.
Because remember, I had to unload the truck.
Ooh, yes.
So
Yeah.
nasty.
Always yeah.
Jane, I'm glad they take care of you because you certainly do
Who?
United USAPL.
Oh. Well, they don't pay me to do that, but
I mean, does that not fall? Does being a meet director not fall under your job description?
no. I was a meet director before I was an employee.
So this is all like
Oh, that was almost. Sean did it. Sean gave it a good fight.
he might have had 120.
He might have, but that, you know what? You only find out if you take the chance.
True.
All right, so
Yeah, we gotta
Justice
lock in here.
has to get this. He's got to
Oh,
get
boy.
the lift. He's got to get the commands. He's got to,
Hold the bar and wait for the rack command.
yeah. This is a make or break lift for Justice right here. Send all those good vibes out to Justice.
Here we go, Justice.
It's 303.
Dude, Jordan was talking about today, if you're missing and you have kind of a close grip, he's like, just move your grip out wider.
Yeah, just bring it out. Really? You get the shorten your range of
But he,
motion.
probably's
Right.
trained like this the whole prep, right?
Oh, keep pushing, keep
No.
pushing.
There,
Oh,
it's
no.
That's not good for Cornell. That's a scoring person going down.
Ooh.
Yep. Now, they were holding a valiant lead over everybody. So, we'll see what happens here. I mean, a
This
bomb
might
is
be
0.
a game, yeah. This might be a game changer.
I don't know how many
Yeah, and
double.
as we get to deadlifts, I'm going to need you to pull up that website with like the points. And we're
What's
gonna
it
have to-
called?
and we're
Hold on,
gonna
you know
have
what?
to start,
I've
like-
got a computer.
Well, it's not.
right
It's
from-
not live. It's live when we throw the results into it.
That's what I'm saying.
Now here I was getting all excited. I
We're
could bring
gonna
it
need
up
to
on
know,
Scoring
the
dot
like, when it starts
USAPowerlifting.com.
coming down to the right, because that's a special part.
Scoring.usapowerlifting.com.
All right, Sydney Weaver taking 142 and a half. They're the same, or did he go up? 5 kilo jump from his last.
And pick on an Ivy League Cup.
So he went up 5 kilos.
Okay,
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
that's all right.
that's okay.
That's what you call
Might
like
have had the 2.5 kilos. Maybe
classic staple.
Ah, so here we go. So we have. So Cornell is currently in first,
82.
62.
Oh, 62. I thought I said 82.
No, 62. Followed by Dartmouth, followed by Harvard.
Okay, then it's a lot closer than I thought.
Oh yeah, this is. I have a feeling our friend Justice bombing out might have just made this.
So Jan,
If
and I
you
know
open that, expand them, and you can see the scoring, the points people on the roster. So there's a drop that. Yeah, so you can see the people that have points and the ones that don't are the ones potentially that are competing right now.
Oh.
So things could turn. So is Justice in Cornell?
on.
He was at the bottom with the 0.
Yeah, he was at the bottom with the 0.
Well, he'll be there until we. Well, he's still going to be a 0, but he'll.
Oh, Pedro too. They had Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro's already in there as a 0.
Yeah.
And then let's see who Dartmouth had. So Cornell had Jackie too. She was an incredible lifter
Yeah.
this morning.
They have Jeremy.
Now, and yeah, Jeremy, he
Oh,
was a
Jeremy,
first
yep.
place. She got 12 points.
Jeremy
So,
was incredible too.
Another thing too
So
is that
Alexander's really strong. He went 2 for 3 on squats.
yeah,
That's-
this looks like Dartmouth might catch up.
it's very possible they've had a couple people in this round
Let's see
that
who's.
have been doing
I
good.
don't know if Harvard's going to catch up.
Columbia has a bunch of people going right now too. I don't know if they have enough to make it work. They have
Well, Columbia's got. Yeah,
how many they have left?
they have Anthony, Nicholas, Hunter, Matthias, Sydney, and so Sydney
Sydney's done.
Sullenberger from this morning, who didn't compete, is also one of the.
She's a 0.
Columbia
She's a 0.
lifters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Did we
I'd like
ever
to
find
bring
out what
up
happened
we're
with her?
No.
Moved on to our next flight here. We're in now flight E. First
Let's
time
go.
flight E.
Ooh.
Hunter said that she has kind of a, almost like a, she was having some issues with passing out.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and
my
they
goodness.
were actually worried that she might pass out on the platform.
Oof, that is
That's
So they
not
pulled
good call on their part
Yep.
then, because that's, and you want to know what? That's a huge good call on their part,
Yep.
because I'm proud of them for making that call of going, hey, her safety is more important than this, and that's impressive. I give them like massive, massive props for that. All right, let's see what our heaviest bench of this session is going to be in terms of openers. Ryan will have an opener of 145.
Someone raise his rack height, please.
Well, this guy came over to me and said that his rack height, he just put a number in because he didn't know.
I mean, do you see that? Did you see how far he had to put that thing down?
So now he can go raise it up to be whatever it
Go
needs
raise
to.
that rack. All right, even Gabby's saying it. She's like, "Can we raise your rack height?"
Make it like 12.
I got one ticket left. I'm going to sneak over and get a snack once bench is done.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be grabbing a little something, something.
I have more, don't worry.
Get like some fruit and a sweet treat.
Nah.
Is there?
Says the
So it's
commentator
still just
who's
straight
cutting
up-
into a new weight class for her meet in
me
2
too.
weeks.
Yeah. Both of us sitting next
Yes,
to each other,
we're like,
knowing we're over and need to
Yeah,
make weight. in
knowing
2
that
weeks.
knowing that I'm still about a pound over. Actually, no, I weighed less than a pound over this morning, and I knew eating bread last night for dinner. I knew that was going to happen. So
Oh, jeez. I'm going to actually go check out what's over there now because I think they're closing at 4:30.
what?
Oh no, that's foul.
Yeah.
If they
Well,
are,
that's-
I want you to report back because I'm going to go sneak over and then let Mitch go sneak over.
I will do that.
Well, I
All
don't
right,
need. I
I'm
don't need
turning
something right
off-
away. I can wait till after.
As I say, I'm turning Jan's mic off so that he can go get the deets. Speaking of deets, we have Mansoor, who's up here, opening with
I thought
107.5.
his name was going to be like Dietrich or something like that.
Oh, no,
How
no,
funny
no,
would
no.
that be? Perfect segue.
That would be a perfect segue.
And he
He jumped the SCART command.
He waited for the rack command or the start commands.
He rated for the press command.
He was 1 for 3 on the commands there.
But he did jump the start command. He's got to make sure he gives his second attempt number. Yes, 3 commands. As Mike Perkins is explaining to our in-person audience, 3 commands for the bench.
See if I can turn this into like a sit stand thing.
Mitch is doing. Mitch, what are you doing?
I want to stand up, dude. My back is killing me.
Oh no!
And I have to pull deadlifts tomorrow.
Ooh, deadlifting tomorrow when your back is tired. That's not a fun time.
I'm just not tired. I've just been sitting down all day, and I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's. I might.
But the
I was gonna say I might go for a walk, but I have a feeling I'm gonna be here till the sun goes down. So going for a walk might not be an option. I do, and
we're
it's
gonna be doing lots of walking with
with the. That's what I keep telling myself. My new favorite place to go for a nice fall walk is it might sound a little macabre, but there is a really nicely, like, it's well paved and well
Cemetery?
passed. Yeah, cemetery, right by my apartment complex.
I used to run when I was doing a lot more running. I would run
There you
through
go.
a cemetery. It was my usual route.
Yes. Samuel gets 3 white lights. We're on to Rain, who's opening with 115. That's 253.5 pounds. Now, I'm curious which college Ryan Shin lifts with, because I feel like he's definitely going to be a big point scorer.
That's a good point.
That was an absolutely stunning looking opener for Rain. 3 white lights. We love to see it. We've got Lee coming up next. Lee is also opening with 115.
Strong benchers, man.
Oh yeah. I will say this though, from the lifter perspective, It always throws my group off a little bit when I am lifting. Like, I always expect when the last person comes off for there to be that like couple of seconds to change the weight on the bar. And when I'm taking the same attempt as the person in front of who's before me, and like I don't lose those seconds, sometimes it screws with my brain a little bit.
I get what you're saying. Throws off your rhythm.
I'm like, all right, I got a couple seconds to get to lock in, and then they're calling bars loaded, and I'm like, wait. That was also a phenomenal looking opener for Lee. 10 out of 10 opener. I will say, and that's something I do want to point out, and especially having refed the morning session, watching a lot of these opening benches. When you're choosing your opener for a powerlifting meet, especially one where there's sort of like, actually, for any powerlifting meet, you're aiming to look for something that you can rep for 3 on like that awful day where you wake up with a terrible headache and your stomach hurts and your day was so stressful and you're so tired and you got stuck in traffic and like all sorts of chaotic things happen, but you could still rock that for a triple. That's the kind of weight you want to be looking at for an opener so that you know that you're in the game. All right, Jan, what's the word on the snack stand?
4:30.
All right, I'm going to pass the mic back to Jan, who's currently eating some tater tots, so that I can go get a snacky snack. I'll be right back.
What'd you grab, Big Jan?
Junk food.
That's all I got, right?
No, they got burgers and stuff up there.
How many burgers are?
The tater,
I might grab one
the chicken thighs or whatever the hell they are. They're huge.
The chicken tenders?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you get those?
Earlier.
Yeah. Those are pretty good, actually.
Got me some tots.
See that? Nice. Oh, wow. A really good arch here.
Wow.
Nice bench, too.
Yeah. Well, that's what you want your opener to look like, right?
Yeah.
Nice and light.
That was 120.
You know, build from there.
Ryan Shin from Harvard University opening up 145 kilos. And this is our last opener here for this flight. Heaviest opener, 145. That's 319. Touch above 3 wheels if you're lifting in a commercial gym. Or on pound plates, you know.
It's a milestone bench.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Did you see any up and down there, or do you think that was the saw?
No, I think it was like a ratchet, but...
Oh.
I stand corrected.
Alrighty, so now it's time to move on to second attempts there. Ryan, unfortunately, no stranger to missing his opener. Did the same thing on squats, came back and killed it. So I hope he doesn't decide to do the same thing here for bench, just because bench is so much more of a volatile lift.
It's a great equalizer.
Yeah. Great equalizer, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you grab, Alex?
Wow, she was fast. Will you run?
Oh, you get a Gatorade, too? They have Gatorades?
Yeah, they have
Powerade or something.
Does that count, though, in like one, or do you have to use 2 meal tickets? Or do you get a meal and a
Cumulative.
So you just use 1 meal ticket and you get a drink and a...
Yeah, they're keeping track of everything.
Wait, so did your meal... What am I...
drink and the cookie.
For one?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. That was...
Go get some food, Mitch.
No, I can hold it until probably the end. Oh my gosh, Miami lost. Serious.
All right, who are we on for bench? I'm back.
We are on second attempts here.
Yes.
And, Sadiq is up.
DE.
Got myself a cookie and a Powerade.
I'm gonna power through it.
Cookie and Powerade, the
Aw,
official
man.
meal of people who are cutting weight.
Mm-hmm.
When I get on the scale tomorrow morning and I'm like, oh, Shnikey pants, what's going on here?
It's called sodium.
That's what I keep telling myself, and I'm gonna have to remind myself that. Back to normal will help it go right back to where I've been sitting nice and pretty at 220.
Dude, I feel like I need someone to just like punch me really hard in the middle of the back. I know that's not what I need, but you know, like
We got a Theragun.
like someone hit like a steamroller, just like drive over my back real quick.
Did
There
he
we go.
jump the start command this time?
I don't think he did.
I don't know though.
Well, let's see how many.
Ooh,
on,
good
good.
lift. Okay.
Thumbs up. Woo. Jan, who do the Chargers play tomorrow?
Why are you asking me this?
I'm not trying to like quiz you. I'm just like asking. If you don't know, I'm not gonna be like, I thought you said you're a Chargers fan.
My brain is fried.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
It's easy enough to find out.
Yeah. Jim, were you born in San Diego?
Nope.
Just Chargers fan because you just like the Chargers?
I got into the
We have
Chargers.
another close grip bench here too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your
No, you're
conversation about whatever
Foosball.
ball throwing sport is involved in your
Foosball.
conversation.
Foosball.
So what were you saying, Jim?
But I'm always impressed. Close grip bench is one of those things that when I have it programmed in the gym often, and it always makes my elbows cranky.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I could see why.
I have
That
like
makes sense.
my elbows tend to get cranky anyways. Again, I'm rapidly going to. Apparently,
Say it.
have no words.
Say
I
it.
am rapidly approaching being a master's level lifter. So,
Whoa. No.
who said no?
I said, whoa.
Oh, he said well. I was about to be like,
So, Mitch, to answer your question, they're playing the Titans.
Oh, free win.
So, yeah, exactly. And to kind of debate your topic here. So, close grip bench doesn't mean
here
you
we
have
go.
to be super close grip. It just needs to be closer than your normal grip.
oh no! When I do close grip bench, it's my normal grip is like pointer, not pointer. What's the one next to it? Middle finger.
Middle finger on the ring.
Yeah. And so when I do close grip, it's usually like pinky on the ring. So it's not super close in, but there is a very fine line between what makes my elbows cranky and what doesn't. You're also talking to somebody who, when I squat over a certain weight, it makes my elbows cranky.
I mean, that's real in a low bar. Yeah.
Actually,
I
I
do
think
the same thing though. I'm middle finger on the ring. My close grip is pinky.
yeah. I'm wondering if so with the weight cut, I've noticed that I don't squat as low bar as I used to.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if I almost just knocked the thankfully closed Gatorade over. It's closed, Jan. I think my bar placement on my squats got a little bit higher, and I wonder if that is a positive contributing factor to my elbows being
Better?
less salty at me.
Are they typically flared out? Like flared back?
No, not flared back.
Not excessively.
No,
No.
they haven't bothered me in a while. So.
Okay.
Well, looks like they were trying to wait for him to lock his elbows. They have been sticklers about the elbows, which
Yeah.
again, it's good.
Right
It's one of those things where I feel like a lot of these athletes are probably in the moment frustrated, but
Yeah,
for
I'll be
any of these athletes who are about to head out to collegiate nationals and they've got national and Cat 1 and Cat 2 refs who not only are going to wait for all of these things and be super sticklers about it, but they're not going to stand there and be like, lock your elbows, lock your knees. They're just going to wait.
I want to talk about close grip. My goodness.
Yeah, that's
Is
a holy guacamole.
That's almost like illegally close, right? Can you not grip the smooth on?
No, you can.
That's crazy.
You can pull on smooth.
Well, yeah, I know you can pull on the smooth. I've
Oh,
never seen
man.
someone bench on the smooth though.
I have.
Who? Well, you don't have to name names, but
You see guys at the gym.
well,
It's
yeah,
way too narrow.
I'm talking about in a powerlifting meet.
Yeah, that's it. Is it guys at the gym or is it powerlifters at the gym?
Guys at the gym.
Because I've seen.
My
that point, you're
close
all-
grip
you're
used
all,
to be on the smooth because my normal bench grip was a thumb's length out from the smooth. That's what I did my first meet at. So when I did close grip, I was full hand on the smooth. Imagine what that looks from like a top down view.
That would be a cool camera angle, top down view.
I didn't mean top down view. I meant like head down view, like the head judge, the head ref view, like
No,
this one.
see, you said top down view, and now it's in my mind.
Well, I think that would be cool too.
I also think
I
this
don't
might
want
be a good
anybody
one for
to see my
Kevin.
face.
I feel like that's a
Make nasty
phenomenal
faces.
photo opportunity, is to get some shots of some faces while benching.
I'll be making crazy faces when I bench.
We could throw a camera up on the truss.
That'd be so funny.
I think you should do that for states.
I don't have that many cameras though. Actually, I'm not running a live stream, so it doesn't matter.
For states, you're not? Oh, it's barbell production.
I bet you if you email Barbell and you're like, hey, is there a way we can throw a camera up on the truss
I don't
to
have
get
the email.
the
I
face
just
down?
text them.
Wait. Oh.
Oh.
Whoa. He said
That
we're on a
was-
first name basis.
I was talking to Kevin earlier today.
Name drop. I was talking to Kevin earlier.
Or buds.
Pals, some may say. Wait, so do you not need commentators for states, or what's that about? Do you not need commentators for states?
Oh, we will for sure.
You just have
Tips.
someone handling the live stream?
Yep.
Okay, I think he's definitely good to retake that just because there's a little bobble on the chest. He almost had to go up, down, and then do it again.
So now it's looking like when I was off getting my cookie and my drink,
Yep.
Ryan missed his opener. Now
yes. Yes.
I get a little stressed out whenever we miss it. Now, did he miss it on strength
No.
or did he miss it on a technicality?
A technicality.
Okay, I feel less stressed out now.
Yeah. No, we were talking about that because we said he's not a stranger to
Was that the
unfortunately
two to
missing his
1?
opener. It was the 2-1.
Yellow.
Man, what was it again?
Now, was it like a command kind of technicality or like butt or foot kind of technicality?
Don't remember.
I'm like not remembering now. No. You know what it was? It was a misgroove. And not actually like, like whatever. He got like 90%
Like my
of the way
benching
up,
yesterday
and then
misgroove?
and then it kind of like, and then he locked out.
Oh,
So I think he's just going to clean up his tech here and he should be all set. Like that.
that was beautiful.
Yeah. That's what the other one looked like until he got to the last 2%, and then it
Dude can arch.
got away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about how big some people's arches were. And like one kid actually looked at like his handler and was like, how come I can't arch like that? And I looked at him and I was like, my arch is not even close to as good as that. And I have been working well over 5 years on my arch. Arches come with time and practice and mobility and patience.
And, anthro.
And sometimes some good genetics, but I don't have the good genetics, so I need to rely on the other things.
Well, you have the good squat and deadlift genetics and, bench strength genetics. So
Yes.
Generic, random.
you're going to lose
Jan's
out
saying
on the
random
arch.
words.
It's fine.
I know I do have to say I'm very interested to see which one decides to show up at Sincere, my squat or my bench, because it seems like they will not show up in the same week while I'm lifting.
They might show up in the same day, though.
Oh, I hope so. That was a beautiful third attempt. Speaking of showing up, Anthony had a nice third attempt. I want to see 3 white lights. That's what I like to see. Sometimes when you see one hand go up and the other goes up after it, it's not always up down, but sometimes there's some sneaky up down hidden in there.
Yeah.
But we also allowed an uneven lockout, which is good.
Yes. Sorry, Jan's phone rang and I got
Was
distracted.
that Jan's phone? I
That was.
I grabbed from my phone. I thought.
No, it was Jan's phone.
I have gotten so many spam phone calls today. It is bewildering to me why.
Bewildering.
People know I'm not going to answer.
I hate the spam phone calls.
Your car's extended warranty.
Six today.
Oh, that's a no lift right there for Sadiq.
That butt was coming way off the bat.
Oh yeah, it was.
It's fine.
Sadiq got his opener, so that's fine. That's totally fine. Rain here taking 122 again. Now I am Remind me with Rain, was it a technicality or was it strength?
Strength,
Okay.
unfortunately.
And the bar is loaded.
He's got the crazy close grip here.
I'm remembering now.
Look at this.
Yep.
And he got it like close grips do, like got it super far up, and then like
Didn't he have a big squat too?
solid squat. Not like top of the day. but,
170.
like, a good squat.
Nope. Oh boy.
That's all right.
Oh boy. Didn't I say?
He got his opener, so it's
He got
fine.
his opener, we're good.
Oh, okay. I thought I
Yeah,
read
it's third
that.
attempts. Yeah, so we're good.
Or run thirds?
Yeah, you didn't see the graphic?
Oh, I'm not paying attention.
Now, the nice thing is that
Sorry.
we are,
I'm playing with you.
there's nobody at risk of bombing out on bench.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I feel confident going into deadlifts that nobody's going to bomb out on deadlifts. Now, I hope that I did not just jinx it by saying it out loud, but
Fellas, I might, after bench, I think I'm actually going to have to grab a nasty Premier Protein chalk shake.
just go get one now.
Nah, I want to cut it close. I want to sweat a little bit. You know what I mean?
Or why don't you go during first attempts?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I was going to wait till the end of bench, but I think bench might take a little bit longer than my run over till 4:30. So, yeah. Gotta hit that protein. What is you work with Natalie as your nutrition coach?
Natalie Richards.
Natalie Richards. Shout out to Natalie Richards.
She's absolutely phenomenal. I would 10 out of 10 recommend her.
Amazing. What does she have a protein number that you need to be hitting or should be hitting?
Oh, yes.
Or a range?
So with Natalie for nutrition, I have, rather than, I know some nutritionists are like, you're going to eat this, you're going to eat this. Natalie gives me a lot of flexibility and freedom, and she tells me, like, prioritize these types of foods. You can still get in these types of foods. And I have macros that I follow. So at this point in time, my macros are, I don't know exactly the specific calories,
Yeah.
but I'm at 220 grams of protein.
220 grams of protein.
200
pound per body weight.
Yeah, 200 grams of carbs, and I think it's like 73 or 74 grams of fat.
How are you getting that in?
Food.
A lot of meals.
Protein is a lot. I try not to do too much protein powder.
Yeah, that's what I was, mainly
so-
what I was asking.
My normal day of eating, to give you, because I'm sure everyone out there is really curious. My normal day, I start off my morning with, I have Cheerios, and I use chocolate Fairlife protein shake in my Cheerios in lieu of
Gotcha.
milk. And then I do
Interesting.
a protein, so I'll have coffee with some sugar-free syrup, and I do the pumpkin Premier protein. It's not delicious on its own, but it is good with coffee.
Okay.
My morning snack, I do an apple cut up, and then I take vanilla Greek yogurt and mix it in with a little bit of pumpkin butter from Trader Joe's to do as a little dippy dip for my apples.
Yep.
I usually do some kind of meat like salmon or chicken, usually one of those two, sometimes tuna or shrimp for lunch with frozen blueberries and frozen strawberries that they usually have thawed out by the time I eat. I usually have some sort of like either popcorn or I keep it to 100 calories and I make sure it's a little bit carby for a snack in the afternoon. With Oikos makes it's a yogurt drink. It's 23 grams of protein, 140 calories. It's not stupidly expensive like the Chobani.
Yep.
So I'll have one of those. That's my afternoon snack. I do the Rice Krispie treats in the car ride because I work about 45 minutes away from the gym.
Yikes.
It is, yes. I have quite the drive. Yes, I have quite the drive to and from work. So I'll eat the Rice Krispie treats in the car on the way to the gym, work out when I get home. When I get home, I will do, I usually try and grab a carb to make sure I get a carb in. I have some sort of meat, like tuna, shrimp, chicken, fish, something. Usually what I actually do is I'll make something that night, and then the leftovers I'll bring for lunch the next day.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I'll do, if I'm in a quick pinch, I'll do eggs. And what I do is I get the low carb wraps and I'll put a light cheese stick and wrap them up and make kind of like a cheesy wrap. And then I usually make sure to save like 200 or so calories at the end of the night to have a little sweet treat. And that usually covers it. I work on
How often
fiber.
are you like cooking?
I usually only cook, like, I'll throw something quick in, like salmon or chicken at night. I'm not a big meal prepper because if, like, the second that I'm sick of eating something, I'm done with it.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, that is, like, and it's
I
like,
could never do the Sunday make
No, I can't.
7 servings of chicken and rice
No.
and eat those. 'Cause
And it's
by
like-
day 3, it's just
I'll change up how I season. Like, sometimes I'll do, like, I make my own taco seasoning to put on stuff. I make my own, like, Greek seasoning, and I'll make, like, a souvlaki style chicken a lot of the time. Sometimes I'll just do, like, keep it simple, like salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic, paprika.
good, but he knows his butt was fully off that bench. Yeah, he knows. He
Yep,
knows.
he knows.
Good gym lift.
Anyways, that's like a normal standard day in eating. Weekends get a little bit more variety. And when I say variety, I mean I have a less structured day, so I have more time to, unfortunately, snack.
Yep.
Although I will say I'm like looking at today, and I'm like, I've definitely reached my calorie limit for today for sure. But I'm like, there's a good chance the second I get home, I'm gonna lay down and go to bed, and be conked out until I wake up tomorrow morning to go to the grocery store.
Like, where are you on your protein today?
I
Like, you got 220 grams in already?
I've not even come close to that.
Oh, okay.
There are, I will say, wow, that was beautiful. Lee made that look
main
light.
character, Maina.
Yeah. I will say there is, I would say about one day, and it's one of those things I keep working to fix, and it's just there's always one day a week where the protein just doesn't happen.
Yep.
And I've very consistently get that 210, and sometimes I'm even up to 230 grams of protein.
Is that the only one that's going on this week?
The other, so if anybody out there is looking for a protein sweet treat that's very high in fiber, Target's favorite day, like their quote unquote light ice cream.
Dude. The
It's-
Target Halo Tops?
Yeah, they are. They have,
so
first off,
good.
they have an absurd amount of fiber. So if you're low on your fiber for the day, grab it.
Don't eat
The-
2 in a sitting, though.
No,
You'll
do
be
not.
paying the price.
Do not. Or do if you're like me and you need to pay the price because the protein is doing too much damage. But they are not atrocious tasting. Some of the flavors I don't love, but like,
No, they're like the
I'm-
mint cookie crumble.
see, I haven't
really
had that
good.
one. I like the
coffee
chocolate peanut
swirl.
butter. I like the chocolate peanut butter, and what was? Oh, I've been eating. There's one of them. Oh, the s'mores one I like quite a bit as well. They have anywhere from 20 to 22 or 24 grams of protein per pint, and they're typically under 400 calories a pint. I
Yeah.
think some of them are around 400. But like I know to budget those calories for that kind of thing, and they just hit the spot so well. And it's like, is it the same as eating a pint of Ben and Jerry's? Absolutely not. But
it's a quarter of the calories.
it's when you're working within the limitations of eating in that kind of cut, and you don't want to devote your entire daily caloric intake to a pint of ice cream, which I'll also say this, I've done that. I've taken an entire pint of ice cream to just devote my daily caloric intake. Sorry, Natalie, I hope you're not listening to this live stream. Just because, like,
I don't think she is.
I don't think she is either. Although I will
cool
laugh
if she was,
hysterically
though.
if I send in my check-in tomorrow morning and she sends it back and she's like, so I was listening to the Ivy League Cup live stream. Well, because I had that moment with the Open World Cup, I sent her my check-in. I was like, hey, I'm sorry, this is a little bit late. I've been at the Open World Cup helping out. And she was like, oh, one of my lifters who I do like actual powerlifting coaching with
Who's there?
was lifting. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I was like, I love those like small world moments. Like, I love that. I love it when powerlifting becomes that smaller community again. Because Natalie Richards is a Powerlifting America powerlifter. She's a Sheffield level powerlifter as well. She's awesome. She's also super nice. I always love it when people are super nice. And she's very humble and very down to earth. Oh, I've been ditched. I'm alone on the microphone. Oh no, Jan's moving over to Mitch's microphone. Mitch is getting his final snack of the afternoon. You're live over there, Jan.
Hey. Do we sound any different?
No, you just sound like you're on the other side of me now.
Take over the controls of the cameras.
These are some nice looking openers. Let's see. So we have Our heaviest opener of this flight is 170 kilos, which is 375 pounds. Just a brace for impact moment. Somebody here is opening with 375 pounds.
Yikes. Let's go. Love to hear it.
Our next lifter, I believe his name would be pronounced Yurui. Jan, how would you pronounce that? It's right, Jan, it's right there.
Yeah, I'd say you're right on with that.
That's 100, that's usually my opener for bench. I always give a lot of credit, and like I understand fully, and that bench is not one of those where like you don't really have bench shoes.
No,
but I wear my deadlift slippers when I bench.
That's fine.
Because there's something very grounding about feeling the floor on my foot. Here comes Hunter. I would assume and hope that bench is a comfortable lift for Hunter at this moment in time. Although I would imagine leg drive is probably a little bit tough.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you don't
But
need
I
to
also
use it a lot either, too. So
now, is it just me, Jan, or do you perceive a little bit of like limping from Hunter?
I did notice that.
So I'm hoping that now could you? Oh well, your feet have to be flat, so he can't Larson press. But
Nope. But he's another close grip bencher. I mean, you can see the rings. That's way over.
see that flew. I'm hoping.
Well, of course, you open light.
I'm hoping though that. See, I feel like this is like when I'm watching my cat at home to make sure she's not limping. Because sometimes she does because she wants me to feel bad for her. Like, that's what I feel like. But I'm trying to see if I perceive a little bit of, like, a shift at all in Hunter's gait.
Playing the poor me card?
Oh, he just gave us a thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think he's playing the poor me card. My cat does. She likes to do it because she knows she'll get treats.
What did he jump? What did he jump?
I don't have it up here yet. Oh, he's zeroed out for bench.
Right now?
Oh,
so he took that as a token?
He took his opener he
Okay.
took that to
Okay.
just stay in the game.
No, you can see. Get back here. Let me get this lift over.
So I have a sneaky feeling that Hunter, unfortunately, is feeling squats.
I think he just needs to secure a place.
Turn me up.
You're on. You're on.
Thank you.
You don't want to come back?
Well, I do, but when I walk past you didn't move.
I was in the middle of switching.
Well, I'll stay here for the rest of the bench, and then I'll come back and take my spot when deadlifts come around.
Roger.
Okay. Or I'll come over there now, whatever you want me to do.
Oh, we're good. I'll stay here.
Okay.
I'll do some work finally.
Yeah, I'll do some work finally. Literally runs the entire meet. They have buffalo chicken sandwich over there? I had it. You know what, dude? I tried to do my due diligence. I go, you guys have any one of those protein bar shakes left? And they actually didn't.
Oh,
So
all
I
sold
go,
out, eh?
I go,
She's gonna bring.
all right, go ahead and give me that buffalo chicken sandwich.
She said she's gonna bring me over a care package later. Whatever that entails, I don't know. We'll see. I will say the Cap Center takes care of us, so.
Very good care of us, for sure.
You're here, right?
I had on my defense.
You're making some noises over here.
I had my microphone off in my defense because that is my throat clearing sound, and unfortunately, I am, as usual, a lot louder than I expected to be. As that sneeze earlier.
Yeah, that was earth shattering. Dead wakening.
Maybe I'll sneeze again just to keep everyone on their toes.
No, I don't need to be woken up. I'm good. I'm getting a sugar high from that chocolate chip cookie I just almost housed.
You know what I need? I need deadlifts.
They're coming.
Oh, I love deadlifting.
I think
It's
we
one of my
got
favorite parts of the
to
meet.
get rid of the current hip hop theme and go a little bit different.
I
Amp
think
it up a little.
you should put on some I think you should go like the 2000s punk rock route. some Blink-182, some Good Charlotte, some All-American rejects.
These kids have no idea what that is.
That's okay.
Ooh.
I do. Ooh, that was tough for an opener.
He clanked the left side of the rack. Good.
It's a good lift, though, so we get a good lift, we put it behind us, and we keep moving forward.
Damn straight.
Alec is opening with 314, almost 315, so this is essentially for our commercial gym friends a 3-plate. I believe the kids these days call it a 3-plate date.
Well, look over at me.
You're the youngest one sitting at the table right now.
That's true.
You at the table are kids these days.
Fair enough.
I've got kids older than you.
Older?
you
No,
really?
you're not older than me.
No. Him.
No.
Congratulations.
Thanks. How old are you?
Me?
6? No.
I'm 26, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm 36.
Ooh, really?
Yep.
Jan hit the, ooh, really?
Ooh, that was a little bit of a tough opener there for Alec as well.
Survey says
Survey says. Should be good though.
lights. Tell him, Mike. Lights. Tell him. Here we go.
3 by lights. Bar is loaded for Colton. He's opening with 320 pounds. Now, I'll also say this to those of you out there. I am the controversial rounder upper.
20.
As I explained with the whole 700-pound kilo conversion conversation, because we don't really function with pounds in powerlifting. We function with kilos. It's not a number that I consider worthy of being a stickler to.
It's a good way of putting it, I guess.
Yeah, but in America, we measure things in pounds.
In America.
Well, I also think a huge part of my mentality on that is that I don't use pounds on my training sheets anymore. I use kilos. The only time I ever really use pounds is occasionally I have a commercial gym membership that I use because they have like great studio classes, and I will occasionally lift there at Best Fitness. That's the only time I'll ever use pounds. I always use kilos, and it's because having no idea what I'm lifting is the best thing that's happened to me. 375 pounds on that bar.
Deodorant at the front desk. Deodorant.
What? Oh, God. Lovely.
Say it over the live stream.
No, don't.
I would obviously not do that, Jan.
Okay.
Now, how did Andre do on this opener?
Yeah, it was
That's
very
fine.
easy.
Okay, that's Kevin distracted me with shenanigans.
Jan, this is the kid you scolded for walking through the what are these things called?
Hyperdrape.
The curtain.
The curtains.
Who?
This kid, Andre.
Don't walk through it. It's not me. It's not. It's there for. It's a mere block. We have doorways open. Go that
All
way.
right, what's Andre doing for a second attempt? 182.5 for a second attempt. He's going to take 200 for bench.
Is that 182.5 for
182 is 403.
403? You think he's going to take 200 for bench? He's going to jump 17.5 kilos?
I don't know. That was he jumped
What did he do?
12 and well, maybe not. Maybe he'll take 195.
That'd be crazy. Well, 195 is a nice number because that's in comp, right?
Oh, yeah.
3 reds, green collar.
Yep. Ooh, that was a failed opener. Oh no, that was a second attempt. My apologies.
We're good.
My apologies.
Scared me there.
I scared me there. So far, I think we might be on the clear on the bombing out front for this. Did we have any bomb out so far?
Yeah, we still got deadlifts to go.
Stop mentioning it.
I won't stop mentioning it. Oh wait, this doesn't scroll right. I don't like it. It doesn't scroll the way I want it to. It does scroll correctly. When I say it doesn't scroll right, I mean it doesn't do what I want it to be doing.
Gotcha. All right. Come on.
Let's see what the refs have to say. I will say, watching from the side, that was like he very lightly places his butt on the bench. And definitely I was a little concerned it was going to come off there on that second attempt. Oh, that
That
looked
was
like a
close.
missed jump command, but let's see.
Close.
Ooh, and it was a missed
Yeah.
jump command. Or a missed rack command.
Right, yeah.
There we go. Okay.
We knew what you were trying to say.
Yes. The bar is loaded. But where is Nicholas?
There he is.
I always get stressed out. So there are certain lifts, like for deadlift, when it takes. Well, no, it's all 3 lifts. I always get a little bit stressed out when it takes the lifters an extra minute or 2 to get out. I think because I have, like, out of my 3 the lifts, my bench press is the most intricate. Oh, Victoria's waiting. There we go. I always get stressed out when it takes the lifters an extra couple seconds to get out for bench because my bench setup is just a little bit more intricate than squat and deadlift.
You do. I almost need you in the head yesterday.
That's-
By
yeah.
that, I mean I was spotting you from behind, and you gave me the warning. You're like, I launched myself through, and I took a step back, and you did fully launch
Yes.
yourself through the back.
Yeah, I have to get a little bit. I'm old enough that I have to get a little bit of momentum to get the arch that I like to get up
funny.
enough on the bench.
Yeah.
Let's see how George does.
Nice, George.
That was a stunning looking second attempt.
Stunning.
Nice and easy. Now put some weight on it.
Wow, we're almost done with second attempts.
Question for you, Alex.
Hit me with it.
And Jan. But Jan just hasn't competed in a few years, so I don't know if he has a take on this. When you're benching, do you have your deadlift socks on for bench? Or do you, well, you don't squat in heels anymore, so I guess it would be a little bit
No.
different. But when you squatted in heels, was it wear your heels, switch into your bench shoes, keep your socks on, and then switch into the new socks and stuff? Like, do you have your socks pulled up high and ready
So,
to go, or do you
It
finish
all
bench and then go
depends
change?
on this, and this is just me. It all wholly and entirely depends on how well I have my stuff together.
Yeah.
I almost swore. I'm sorry, guys. My stuff together. So, like,
Nikes.
if what I usually ideally attempt to do, because I wear my Converse and socks, not my deadlift socks for squatting.
Yeah.
And then I wear my deadlift slippers to bench in because I like to feel my feet on the floor. And I have the mobility now.
Okay, so you are changing shoes.
So I am changing shoes. The only time I would ever bench in my lifters when I was wearing the lifters was if my low back was bothering me and I could not get into a good arch and keep my butt on the bench. Because sometimes, like, again, you're talking to somebody who is rapidly approaching 40. Like, I remember it was one December. It was last year. Actually, it was the last year right after Christmas. My family lives out in Pennsylvania. I had driven back from Pennsylvania. It's like a 4 to 4.5 hour drive. And then the next
They're deep
day.
in PA.
Yes, they're in Central PA.
Wow.
The next day, got into the gym, and I just could not get into a good arch. And it really was just because my back was tired from sitting in the car for so long. And so I actually couldn't even use my lifters. I had to use blocks to be able to keep my
Whoa.
butt on the bench. Yeah.
Goodness me.
Sitting for that long a period of time, your hamstrings got all locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything got all locked up.
You know what's funny? That's obviously like really true that happens. But probably the best deadlift session of my life, the day before I flew to North Carolina and then drove from North Carolina to Tennessee for a wedding, and then drove from Tennessee back to North Carolina and then lifted.
Good Lord.
And it was the best deadlift session I probably ever had. It was just so funny because I was like terrified. It was like a week 4. It was when I was peaking doubles.
Oof.
And it was like a week 4, so it was like I think it was like 6'11" or something like
Yeah.
that, and I was like terrified, and it was literally the best deadlift session of my life, probably.
I will say this.
But it shouldn't have been, but it was for whatever reason.
I have recently found, so one of the questions that Jordan likes to be very pointed and ask me about is my mobility routine. And I have recently found that, and I don't have a super intricate mobility routine. It's really just like a 5-minute thing.
Yep.
I have not been quite on top of doing it as much, and I feel like I felt better lifting because of not having done it quite as much. So now I did a little bit of research, and by that I mean I just waited for a second. Andre is a lifter for Princeton. And so I'm curious if that launches Princeton, if he'll help launch Princeton into the top 5.
Well, he did just unfortunately miss his second bench attempt.
That's not great. I was not paying attention to that.
All right.